what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribing you. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. There is nothing to say, nothing you can do. The government and media just lie to you. Sit back and laugh, it's overdue. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The host is a cripple, he can't stand gravity or the man. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The show is the chat Johnny doesn't understand. We don't care what he has planned. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Welcome, Professor Tie-Dye. Let's go. Balls deep. Ashley Casey over in the Twitch or the YouTube. Well, I don't know why YouTube doesn't show up faster on this multi-stream thing. Obviously, you can tell we don't have our lady Digger with us today. Digger's not with us today. I have got to figure out. I've got to figure out what the deuce. Something's going on. My lights, that's better. My lights are a little weird where it's like phasing out parts of my face. Like, makes me look weird. It's strange. Hola, yes, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're going to go for 3.5 hours. If you don't see Digger, that's because she's not here. And if you're wondering why, it's 'cause she's not actually normally supposed to do Tuesdays. We don't do a buddy show Monday through Friday. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't want to. She's picky. She's got these weird rules of like, I need days to do stuff for me. The greedy ass. You know, this is what it is. Selfish. Happy Twisted Tuesday, says Wild Saffron. Wild Saffron, our studio sponsor for this week and next. I will miss the Twisted Tappy. I've been trying to let Digger have the reads for that to have more fun, and she just never, like I even told her, she just never gets dad jokes like good to go ahead of time.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being a dick. Neither do I. Thank you, Saint Caesar, for joining the program. So, yeah, I'm being a dick. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Good show today, sir. Well, we haven't done it yet. And if you're talking about the one I was on this morning, yep. I have no problems with the show this morning. I do think I have a popcorn kernel that I missed in my teeth, though. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to talk for the next 3.5 hours while my tongue tries to pretend it didn't find that issue to be dealt with. Missed it with the floss pick. How you miss with the floss pick? Hi there, says Brian the Sides. Hey, Brian. Good to see you. You'll be happy to know, under no circumstances will Digger be reading today. At least not on a stream. She's not doing her own stream. She's not doing my stream. I believe she's got some stuff going on in her own life, and if it permits, she'll join us in the chat. McMonsterly, hey friends, hi Wild Saffron. Hello McMonsterly, welcome to the program. Good to see you. Good to see all you guys. Happy to have you all filtering in here. We're doing our show today. God, this is gonna drive me nuts. It's now that I know it's there. How did it evade detection up till now? I talked my ass off this morning. I had a lot going on during the day, and nothing. low signal here will be audio only for a couple of hours. Well, Rusty Grammar, happy to have you either way, buddy. Welcome to the program. Audio only is fine. The first hour, we have a couple of stories to talk about and things, and audio only will be pretty fine. There is one thing I owe an apology because there's a story I'm going to cover that multiple people have been telling me about and telling me like, dude, oh my God, dude. And I have been an asshole assuming they were just being racist. And it turns out, nope. They were completely accurate. They were completely on point. And the person who's cringy is you. And it's like, oh, okay. So either way, welcome to the show. We'll go for, again, 3.5 hours. I am, and I don't mean to make this all about me on my program. Racist story. Where, says Saint Caesar. Easy, down, boy. I don't mean to make this all about me, but, like, I'm doing the show today, and I'm doing the 2 shows tomorrow. Every day we get closer to the end of the week here. I'm not happy about it. I'm really upset. I haven't talked about it a whole lot. My sister meant a lot to me, and I'm not okay with what I'm going to have to do at the end of the week here. I'm going to do a good job and try and do it right for her, but it's really weird. You know, when you want something to be different and you can't change it, and you just got to kind of sit in it. And it's just, I thought I'd be more used to that kind of sensation by now, but it's wearing on me more and more. Again, really sorry. Yes, thank you, Saint Caesar. I appreciate that. So yeah, it's just not awesome, man. It's not awesome, and it's fucking me up. I'm sorry. Let's do a show and have ourselves a good goddamn time. We'll load up some stories. We have an autistic mom from Wisconsin who's not happy about the way the high school has been treating her son. We've got a woke scholar who moved to Canada that we're going to talk about in a video. We've got a video about a day in the life of Roblox engineers, and I'm starting to wonder, like, at what point, what do I need to qualify for some of these jobs? Because that looks like a cushy gig, and I bet I could do it. Okay, we'll do it live. Pretty much, yeah. Small finger dick Tuesday, says Labglass. I don't think anybody really wanted to aim for that name, Labglass. I don't I liked Wild Saffron's Happy Twisted Tuesday. I mean, Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy is our sponsor for the next week and a half, technically. Well, this week and a half, because we're all this week and next week. So, but we're done with the show tomorrow, so it's a half a week. So it's so what, RP? I'm sorry. Yeah, RP, I don't know what the aim is of coming in here to be like, I don't like how people I've got news for you. That's what you sign up for when you do the show. Like, it's a show where everyone shits on everyone. Aaron gets shit on plenty by his own and by his audience. Everybody gets shit on. He's allowed to think what he wants. But at any rate, so I again say, see, I got off topic. Excuse me. But anyways, so our show sponsor for today, like I was saying, Labglass, Happy Twisted Tuesday, because again we have the dad jokes, and that's why I would go with that, because, you know, Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy is our studio sponsor. And not only a maker of great, amazing taffy, Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy also a dad joke in every package, as every rapper has. You know what? I wanted a I'm screw it. I was going to do a read and get a thing and have a dad joke. I don't have a dad joke on hand, but Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy. They're all wrapped in dad jokes. But threw me off. I should have ignored that. Anyways, a day in the life of a Roblox engineer. I'll start. Let's not protect the kids in the server. Well, now that's funny you're talking about that. It's worse than that. Wait a minute. So you guys aren't concerned about any of this stuff going on. You actively fight against people who call it out. And this is what you got. Oh, okay. Wait till you see the setup. You might be more understanding as to why there aren't people looking into that stuff. Just a minute. I'll cook up something lame. Well, you know what? If you don't mind throwing a few. Have them ready when we do a read. And you critique me for not being ready. Well, it is, in my defense, Digger, it is the beginning of the show. I normally don't do a studio read the minute we start the program. And then I sidetracked myself by going back into the chat and reading RP's comment. That's why I always say, man, and for like your chatting with Chat Show and your like chatting with Friends Show, it's relatively okay. But you can't stick into the chat and read every comment constantly, or you throw yourself off. It doesn't matter whether you have 5 people or 500. You gotta move around. You gotta stick to what you're doing. Do the chat when it's time to do the chat, and do the stuff when it's time to do the stuff. It's a fairly simple equation. Can't believe I haven't mastered it yet. I suck. So, but yes, I critique you the way I critique all of us. I did mention I was a piece of shit for critiquing you and not being ready, so I owned it. What do you want from me? How do I make this better? Johnny, why did the employee at the calendar company get fired? He took a day off. Oh! I have a question. Why didn't you get a joke like that together the last time you were going to do a read? Because I told you I was going to throw these things to you. I'm such a piece of shit. All right. Why did the cow say to the leather chair, "Hi, Mom"? That's horrible. Discord is delaying age verification until further notice. Cool. I kind of figured something like that would happen. Hey, everybody. It's not Alucard, but it's one of the two kitties. Proof of life, Tegra. Hey, Teg. Ooh, we should make a Tegra sticker. I don't think we should make a Tegra shirt or anything, but I do want to make a sticker. I haven't gotten those pictures from Jimmy yet, but as soon as we get them, which either today or tomorrow, I'll be able to tool those very easily into shirts on the merch store. So you will be able to get those shirts. If you didn't check out the co-stream that I did with Awake Jimmy, Scruffy D25, J-Shot, and somebody else. We played Battle Golf, Super Battle Golf, Super Battle Golf, which is super duper difficult, and had a great time. There were some very funny images at the beginning of Jimmy's stream when we did that. I'm going to use those and put them as merch. They make fun of the meat market, so everybody will enjoy them. You guys love them. Can't wait till we can show off those new shirts. What did the buffalo say to his son when he left for school? Bison. I don't know why, but Mr. Q's always hurt. Like, they're dad jokes, but they also hurt. It's like somehow he twists the dad joke knife. Like, we have fun with it. Wild Saffrons are usually more fun and love and joke and lame, but... It's not easy to say goodbye. Oh, yeah. I appreciate that, Wild Saffron. Just a minute ago. How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. Be honest, the first time I read it, I didn't get it. I was like, what? Boiling doesn't make holes. Oh, boil the hell. Oh, because you boiled the hell. Oh, I'm a lame fag. Oh. Tag still comes to you because you haven't tried to record her yet, says Saint Caesar. No, Alucard's just not as ambulatory as Tag. Tag jumps up a lot more, gets up and I was snuggling Alucard before the show, so he has his times. So yes, we have several stories to do today, and one of the first ones, I don't know which one I want to start with. Ooh, I kind of... want to... Oh God, that can't be true. We'll do the news story of this. They have a news story of it. We'll do the news story. So I've heard about horrible lunch programs, but a school in Wisconsin is catching some very, if true, deserved flack for what they were feeding one of their special ed students. And of course, the mom's the one who raised the alarm bell because nobody gave a crap about special ed kid and what he was eating. Oh, wait, not special ed. They just say autistic. Same difference. All right. Autistic kid apparently fed a very unique meal at the school. The mom is upset. Let's go to this. Boom.
Now to a developing story at Madison East High School. A mother says a staff member fed her autistic son dog food instead of school lunch.
Swear to Christ. Is it weird that when I see fat people standing, I take it personally? Like, because, like, I don't get to use my legs, let alone overburden them, you son of a bitch. All right. Johnny Eclair. What? In a teacher's... No, Joey, and only you would go that zero. Hey, 2-0, how you doing? Good to see you. Let's go ahead and hit play.
Tanasia Shaw is here with more. And Tanasia, we understand the student involved here is nonverbal.
Yes, and the mom...
Okay, so how do we know he didn't love the food? All right? Is this wrong? Yes. But you didn't hear him say he hated it.
told me staff gave her 15-year-old son the can of dog food.
I mean, nobody along the process thought, hey, at least if we dress this up and slap it on some toast, we can say it's meatloaf? I mean, no, you just took the can off. Minimal effort. Bravo. Bravo. Alrighty, let's go ahead and dog food is probably better than the school food anyway. St. Caesar depends on the dog food.
Now she wants to hold staff at Madison East accountable, and we also heard from Madison school officials.
You can't be safe at school. Where could you be safe at?
That's Deborah Hawk's reaction after she
All
learned.
right, look. I'm going to be honest. Can't be safe at school. Where can you be safe at? I don't mean to nitpick, and this is not excusing it at all. Dog food better than no food, firstly. So I saying it's unsafe, insulting, yes. Demeaning, absolutely. Not okay with you 100%, but let's be honest. Unsafe. It's not like it was like dog food laced with something. If the dog can eat it, so can your kid.
What her son had for lunch.
If it was an accident, why?
Yeah, it was just a simple mistake. We were getting the autistics food, and I thought they said get the Alpo, and so it wasn't intentional. I simply mistook autistic for Alpo, and that's why I ended up. But it was the savory beef and pumpkin recipe. Really, he should thank us.
It can't be an accident.
Hawk's son, Jaden Hawks, is a freshman at Madison East. He has autism and is nonverbal. Deborah said a few weeks ago, staff sent her this picture.
He looked like he ate a little bit of something, at least 3, 4, 5 bites.
He gave it the good old college try. Not that he'll get into college. He's nonverbal autistic, but he gave it the college try. Dude, bravo for him for, going in for that second bite. You know what that tells me? Tells me that the first bite, he assumed the worst, and it was better than he thought. The second bite, he thought things would be okay, but then when he got in that third bite, he realized, no, it's not. The aftertaste is hitting. It's just not as good. Thank you, St. Aaron, for the sniffy sticker for 100 bits. It seems a little insensitive. We are talking again about a poor woman whose son is autistic nonverbal, and the Wisconsin high school he attends fed him dog food from the can. They didn't even take it out of the can. They're like, what's the worst thing what's the worst that could happen? Part of me is really shocked, surprised, and in favor of how ballsy these people were to just do, we're not, what? No, we want us to put it on a plate like a human being? That he's nonverbal autistic. What's he going to do? Report it to somebody? Give him the fucking can. He's not going to, what's he going to do? Read it out loud? Thank you for the 100 bits. We are now one sub gifted sub or 100-bit donation away from a hype train. Thank you again, St. Aaron, now for the Duck Hunt dog. Before that hype train starts, just in case it does, a quick notification to people. Everything that happened yesterday and everything knocked out our goal, and we are on into Monday, March 2nd. So we're banked out for the week. We're trucking towards that Friday GoFundMe show where everything will be crazy. I'll be bringing back the kippers. Digger will be eating Swedish fish. She really gets the sweeter deal out of that. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm buying a box of Ritz crackers this time because, fuck it, I'll eat the kippers. But I got to have crackers.
Damn.
They're slimy.
Look at all the wieners.
And gross. And I gotta balance it out. I miss Duck Hunt, says St. Caesar. You know what I miss on Duck Hunt? And this is really weird. Maybe it's just because of where my mind's at. I miss playing it with my family. That was the first console we ever had was the original Mario that came with the blaster and the one controller. You had to, or did you have to buy the second controller? Or did it come with? Maybe it came with two. But either way, we had the fucking blaster. We had two games. We had Super Mario World, and we had Duck Hunt. And a lot of time we spent just taking turns playing Duck Hunt, man. You can't play it on modern TVs anymore. Yeah, you can and you can't. It doesn't quite work. Don't really care. Seems weird that it doesn't work. Remember the light bulb trick? No, I don't remember any tricks. Here's the only trick that I know several people, including myself on occasion, use the walk up and shoot it really close to the screen thing. Which turned out wasn't helping you at all because you were getting too close to the target. The lens couldn't identify. You needed to step back to really catch it in there. Oh, wow. I was fancy with the power pad. Oh, I'm under strict orders to troll. I'm working with Carm. No, you're not, because he can't afford to pay you. So you're doing this for free. So I would say own up to it and just say you're a douche with no life. And like a guy on the internet asked you to go do something. So you went, you know what? Carm told me to troll here. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And we know he didn't because you're the one doing it. How sad is your life that you don't have the balls to at least take agency in what you're doing? Like you're not. Carm's not telling you to troll. You're coming here to troll on his behalf. And you guys, it isn't working because we haven't bought your bit in forever. I'm not going to start chasing down Karmic and screaming things about him. And even if Carm, let's pretend for a moment your delusion's real. Carm told you to troll. So you came to a show with a few followers, a few viewers, a little piddly do-nothing show, and you're trolling the chat. But notice, he... Oh, wait, never mind. That was Matthew Q. I was going to say, notice he had to tell us what game controller thing he used. But there we go. How do I, God damn it. I really wish the button for the chat box worked so we could just wipe it out. Because again, here we go. Boom. Oh, he stopped his show to get rid of us in chat. Oh, no, it wasn't really that big a deal. I'll say this, though. At least you got the right name. Brother Weasel. I mean, I know it says Wheeze, but the H7J thing just means Brother Weasel. You're a weasel. Oh, my God. I will thank you. Thank you very much. I'm having a bad day, and I really appreciate that you took the time out to be like, no, it's worse. You could have, things going for you, but still be somebody who lives, like, that's the word. You choose to live in the basement, do nothing, and troll on these that's a choice. Like, I'm living in a basement, working my way out of it, and... like I do a show thing, like, and that's all because like my condition doesn't let me work. It's weird. Anyways, hell yeah, those games kick ass. So did Excitebike. I didn't care for Excitebike. Never played Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I heard that was particularly difficult. I did play Ghosts and Goblins, one of the hardest video games of all time. Anyways, enough about my childhood and our video games and letting idiots go do stuff. Let's get back to a student served dog food for lunch. The mom reacts. Do we have to say mom reacts? Let's just say mom's pissed. I'm going to guess the reaction is not good. I would be actually rather mortified if the mother's reaction was, they gave him dog food. Did he do good? Was it a reward? Like, holy shit, man, what are you doing to your kid? Dog food is not an elevated status. So, yeah, again, mom reacts. I can guess how that reaction's going.
Staff also called Deborah, confirming someone gave Jaden this can of dog food for lunch.
And then when you give it to him, you give.
So, but it's not a theory. We're not like, hey, she's being inaccurate. That is not what happened. This story is being misrepresented. And on behalf of the student in question and the faculty, I would like to have the facts come out. Just say you're gay. Oh, he can't. I banned him. He can't. I banned him. Besides, he doesn't want to say he's gay. He just wants to pretend that Karmic has people trolling for him. That's how bad Karmic's gotten to them, hasn't it? Like, we can't take it. We have to troll people and say that he's doing it to get him in trouble. Like, it's not even a there. It's like people are like, hey, guys, we set fire to a building. Why? Draw awareness of what? I don't know. Hey, that's called arson. All right? So he got an A+ in the school, said he doesn't deserve pizza. Let's give him something better. That's not better than pizza. I am going to say, like, I'm looking at that, and it's a pate. It says real beef and pumpkin recipe. The picture has some carrots and some peas. I can clearly see some vegetables. The vegetables are in there. So as long as they're not lying about the beef, which they're probably not, they're just probably not telling you what part of the beef it is. It's literally like the fucking trimmings and shit. And did someone take a picture of what? Nourish, that's the Rachel Ray brand dog food. Okay, so is that expensive? Is that expensive? It looks like liver paste. Give him some crackers. Yeah, as anyone who, I was about to call it Goldschlager. What's that weird fucking pate shit that he had me try? God damn it. Something Schwagert. Whatever Schwagert. I ate a Schwagert, and it was good. So, I'm willing to believe, hey, guys, my glasses broke, and replacement won't be available till after school. Anyone see my can of chili I brought from home? Oh, no, he brought it himself. Oh. Then he realized he was too deep in that it's dog food, but you can't back out now. You opened it and you ate a bite. Got to convince. I'm at fucking work. Maybe these tards should try getting a job. Oh, no, it's fine. I got the chats up. It's easy enough to ban them. The problem is after you ban them, they don't disappear from the on-screen chat. So you got to wipe that off. The funny part is, these dick twists have been doing this for how long now? It's never worked, but they don't have anything to draw off of. They're not creative. They don't have a good idea. So they just keep going back to the well. It's like if Wile E. Coyote flew a rocket into a cliff and then immediately went back to the drawing board and just ordered another rocket and flew that right back into the cliff. So it's at a certain point, you got to look. For all we know, the story upset him. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the story upset him. He's autistic, nonverbal, and people have been feeding him dog food. We hit a chord. I'm sorry.
For autistic child, a can that we could.
The mom got caught trying to scam the school. No, the mom's not scamming the school. The mom, say what you will about this lady, but whatever her aim is, she ain't got to do shit. She was notified by her son and by photos from the faculty and the staff to alert her to the fact that, yes, ma'am, we gave your son a can of dog food, and apparently it was a quarter not bad.
Himself with a plastic fork and a can. You might as well gave him a metal fork if you're going to give him a metal can.
Are we? Ma'am, I feel like you are vastly overlooking what the huge problem is here. Like, regardless of the quality and material of which the utensil he had was made, they gave your son dog food. Like, oh, you gave him a plastic fork? All right, feed him Alpo. Okay, but Alpo with a spoon? Smiles laughter. Liver pate on buttered toast. Never had liver pate. But like Heinzfagert or something like that. There's a pate that I've had, not bad. And again, this Friday I'm bringing crackers to the kippers. When we have to eat kippers, I'm eating them on a cracker because I can't do it alone. 2 years or so, don't ever mention. It's like summoning demons. Oh. Not good, says Rusty. I can't read most of that on the show. Rumble chat, very fun chat if you want to keep up with it. A lot of times I get caught reading it because I can't read it aloud. They mistook him for Cain. Oh, no. Oh, why did somebody take a picture of it? The staff wanted her mom to know, or the kid's mom to know, that technically, look, was it dog food? Yes, but still, balanced diet, good healthy meal. Thank you, at Hooters girl. Thank you, Hooters girl. Braunschweiger was a Braunschweiger. That stuff is ridiculously delicious. I don't like how much I like it because I don't like the texture, like the mouth feel of the just like bleh, paste. But I'm not a pate guy, but it's fucking tasty. Like grab some, scoop it on a chip, call it a day.
That accident.
Jaden is usually nice and energetic, but after this incident, his moods have changed.
After this incident, his moods have changed. Yeah, he stopped eating healthy foods like carrots and celery and started chewing on rawhide bones. No. Like, I want him to go more dog with this. Like, he realized it was better on the other side. Oh. So, wait a minute. His mood has changed with this. Has he said anything about it?
Jaden has been himself.
According to Deborah, she visited East every day for roughly a week to get answers. On Thursday, staff told Deborah that the person that gave Jaden the dog food was fired.
You don't need to work with nobody that is dependent, that needs somebody to depend on him.
News 3 Now can't share the name of the staff member since Madison School District did not confirm that person's involvement. Deborah wants staff involved to know how they hurt her family.
Even seeing this picture, how do you feel?
It was high-end dog food, not dog food from the dollar store. Be grateful for that. I feel like, again, much like the you should have just given him a metal fork, like the utensil argument, same as the dog food part of it is kind of the problem. Now, like, if Jaden didn't know and he ate the dog food and just gobbled it all up, none the wiser, I would be like, all right, well, at least we could be like, it wasn't some shitty, you know, bunk dog food with questionable shit in it. Like, yeah, but apparently, seeing as how it's affected him, he didn't finish it and everything else. I think he was aware that they fed him dog food.
My heart hurt. My heart is broke. I feel like I don't got no control over what happens to my own kid.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say she hasn't hired a lawyer. Because if you hired a lawyer, you'd be like, there are no words. It is irrevocable pain. I will never, ever recoup from this. My son will never recoup from this. I just listened to that cash register go off every time you list a new reason why. You will never be able to move on. Oh, no, I'm not putting dog food on the wheel. 2 reasons. 1, I'd never eat it off air, so it's going to go bad. And 2, I don't have a dog. Like, this, it's just gross. It's gross. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, St. Caesar.
Madison School District said they cannot comment on students or employees because of privacy concerns, but they are investigating this situation. They also sent me a statement saying, in part, quote, "We take all safety-related concerns extremely seriously, and this one is no exception. We will determine next steps following the outcome of our investigation."
Well, you said you fired the guy. I got another question. How did the dog food get on premise? Why do you guys have cans of dog food? Does your high school feed dogs? Why do you have cans of dog food on hand? Because that can had to show up somehow. Was it like a mistake in the order? Rim Reaper, Johnny's exotic dog / child food. See, it's dual purpose. You got a pet that you love like a kid, you should feed it like a kid. You got a kid that's a low-down, dirty dog, you should feed him like a dog. Dog / child food. Oh, boy. Look at that, Hoover. She's done her meth diet. Aw. He's back again. Oh. Karmic Live is... No, he's not. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. Paying more than you make a month to troll you. Well, that must be... Then you know what? If that's true, good for you. You don't need to work a day job. So you're getting paid, and I'll ballpark it for you. You're getting paid more than $2,000 a month to troll me? Wow. See, now I know you're lying, because literally nobody would pay you that much for that. Because if he is paying you that much, he overpaid. You really suck at trolling. You just made another account and came back again, and you're banned again. Oh, Johnny, this is a Roblox user. Enough said. No, it's a really sad guy. I wouldn't put that. Plenty of people use Roblox who are just children. This guy's retarded. And he really loves the attention, so he'll be back soon after he makes a new account. Because he's really I gotta troll him again. Notice he has to type in one letter at a time because he knows it doesn't work. He knows he won't get through. So he's got to enter in as much as possible before it actually gets to me. So by the time I see the U, he's already to the J. And it's like, I got them all in. Like, yeah, it's a low bar. After he ate the food, did he start running on all fours? He didn't eat the food very much, and we did not hear that from the mother. What do you call a cat that eats beans? Puss in Toots. Thank you, Wild Saffron. And we bothered him. He knows, and we know you're triggered and you're bothered by the whole, we called out that you do this for free because that's really super duper. No, I get paid more than you do. Uh-huh. Yeah, look, I don't break the bank doing this little gig and my disability and all that stuff. But you're making more than that a month coming in here making up shit about Karmic. Like, I you know what? I don't even care if you're making up shit about Karmic. You're getting paid to troll. That should seem like a crime, firstly. And secondly, you're getting paid that much to troll. That would mean that Karmic is making... You got to be making a couple grand off his show, right? Because you can afford to pay that out. Things are going good for Karmic. Good for him. Sad for you. But I guess, you found a job for your skill set. I make $5,000 a month trolling you, Johnny. No, you don't. No, you don't. I am nowhere near worth that. Nobody is. Nobody is. Oh, boy. All right, so let's go ahead and close that out and get to our next story. Let's do that there. Boom. So we have this next one. This next story I grabbed that we're going to talk about here. This next story I grabbed because I have a few things in common with this lady. I might, I've considered moving to, north to Canada. I've considered it. And people are like, why? Why would you do that? Well, medical reasons mostly. Medical reasons mostly. And as Wild Saffron is quick to accurately point out, also because I'll get laid. But see, Wild, I could get laid here. It'll just take a lot longer. And then eventually we're going to move to Canada anyway. So it's just, I'm going to see how things work out medically next month. And then after that, I'm not, my tent ain't staked down. We can move this TP if we need to. But at any rate, so I like hearing about people who did take the, the over-the-border hop and how it worked out for them. So this is by definition, according to what we've heard, a leftist who fled Canada and is now online talking to people. So now remember, if you really are the leftist that's claimed, you're in the land of happiness. This is where, all's great. It's America Plus. What's not to love? Let's hear about it.
I'm a scholar of the far right who has fled the United States to Canada and...
I'm a scholar of the far right? What?
I'm a scholar of
the far right who has fled the United States to Canada. What do you mean a scholar of the far right? I like, no offense, you might not approve of Donald Trump or what he's doing. I don't remember anyone's like, I'm right wing and I gotta get out of here, man. If he gets elected, like that's a very, is this a trans person? It might be. I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on the scholar of the far right.
Far right who has fled the United States to Canada, and I need help. The situation in Canada is absolutely dire. For Americans who don't know, the housing crisis here is worse than in the United States. I lived in LA for 6 years, and I have not faced rent as bad as here.
The housing crisis is worse here, but it's the utopian land of. So wait a minute. So you were in LA and you thought you should move to a more liberal place and it would work out better. As soon as she arrived, a maid program showed up. I don't think so. Again, I'm weird. I'm a scholar of the far right. You're a scholar of the far right? So you're far right or I don't.
When my partner, our cat, and our dog fled the United States.
My partner, our cat, and our dog. So you're a lesbian. I'm sorry. I don't, just admit you're a leftist. Like this whole like I'm on the right. Like no, you're not.
We headed north with the goal of being close to where our families are located, which is on the West Coast. So we are now in British Columbia.
Congratulations. It's all the fun of living in LA with none of the benefits. What are the benefits of living in LA, you ask? Precisely.
More specifically, we are in the Sea to Sky Highway in the Greater Vancouver area. We are attempting to find housing in this, the western side of this region. My partner and I are here on a visitor visa, which is a 6 months possible stay for Americans. But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work. So we are currently surviving off of what savings we could get together before we fled the United States. And that's not terribly much. And in Canada, I think it's actually the cost of living crisis is worse here, especially when you are shut out of the healthcare system, when you can't access any of the resources that Canadians have access to.
Yeah, because you're an illegal immigrant. Then it's weird. So you're saying the super duper awesome leftist utopia you fled to doesn't let the people that just show up on their borders use all their systems and services, and it's really difficult for you, and you're. Yeah, if we did that here, I bet a lot of those things you had to flee from this country for wouldn't have happened.
And that's understandable. I'm not a citizen of the country, but it is making the financial situation dire because we can't work because
because you would be an immigrant working and still again, it's making the situation dire. You realize the problem that a lot of people are having in this country right now is that in America we don't do that. We don't do the whole, you're not a legal resident here, so you can't hold down a job because you guys complain, that's so mean, they need to be able to earn a living. Right, but they're not a legal resident here yet. Why don't you cross that I and dot that T? And I know I did them backwards. It was deliberate. Why don't you cross that I and dot that T before you start speaking to me? I got a great idea. Move to another country, not check on job requirements for new people who move there. Yeah, dude, I've done way more research about moving to Canada than you, and you're already there. I'm going to just say it. This lady's dumb.
Our 2 adults, a cat and a dog. We are looking for more than a room, but a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom.
If you know of a studio apartment or 2-bedroom apartment that might be able to rent or stay in for free, so you want free housing provided to you. Does anyone know a 2-bedroom that you can just stay in for free? It really is I can't believe they're doing this. Yeah, and you realize the problem we have in America is that we don't even, the bar isn't even that high here. The place that you fled because it's so super duper horrible? Yeah, the bar isn't even that high here. And by your own admission, the housing crisis, not that bad. The medical system, I can tell you this for a fact. You can go to the ER, you can go to the hospital. You don't have to have coverage. You don't have to be a legal resident. Especially in this state, they will in places like California where you left. Yeah, they'll literally throw you out onto the sidewalk if you don't have insurance. But most of the country, no. I have no money, can't make no money, but let me move in. Well, it's more like I have a little money. They won't let me make money, but let me move in. What if Canada didn't allow her dog in, like Airplane 2 security check? I mean, it'd be pretty funny, right? They let her dog in. Nope. Why not? It's a fucking dog, dude. Yeah, but you let her and her partner and her cat in, right? Because they can contribute to the greater part of Canada. What about the dog? Fuck them. I don't remember the dog scene from Airplane 2. Airplane 1 was really the big one. 2 didn't really land with me. That movie. I'll tell you, people talk about Airplane 2, but when it comes to me, that doesn't fly.
For free or below market rates. And I know that's a huge ask.
It's an extremely huge ask. It's a ginormously huge ask. And again, the problem with the country that you fled from is that we don't even ask that much. That prevents, like, again, and this, like, if you had fled here from Mexico with this same ask, it'd be like, there'd be groups of people. Here's how you get an apartment. Here's how it's all paid for you. Oh, you're a non-English speaking, non-native person. Like, here's a bunch of services and supplies and assistances you can use to help you get on your feet. Things paid for months so you can get established and all that. And again, in this country, you go get a job. They want you to go get a job. They want you to work for well below market value and screw everyone over. Now, they do some of that there, but you didn't file for those programs, nor do you come from the countries that would normally allow that. Plus, I don't think you would work for that wage.
But that's what we need. Canadians have been asking where I'm located and what I need because y'all are such lovely human beings. This is the ask. If you could help me by interacting, reposting this video, I would very much appreciate it to get this out there. As horrified as I am to be revealing my location, because I'm trying to find a way to get us housing. So if you are on Vancouver Island...
Well, it's not like you're giving out your address. You're asking for them to contact you if they found housing. Now, if someone gives you an address and you look into it and move into that and they know, then like, okay, kind of. But again, this is what happens when you just decide to move out there and go, I'm going to do this. Like, you making the video, don't sit there and be like, well, I really don't want to do this. I don't like giving out this. Well, then don't give it out. Don't give out that information.
And if you are in the Vancouver or Surrey area, with a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, let us know. We can pay rent, but it would probably have to be below market rate.
We can pay rent, but it would have to be below market rate. Again, now, explain to me, ma'am, why that country was such a better place to live than here, if those are your issues. Because as I'm telling you, that stuff's all happening here. You can do that here. Like, again, a lot of us, myself included, are upset at how easily people that just walked over the border get to have all that stuff here. So, the gay Gestapo's tracking her down. I don't think so.
Please let me know if that's possible. You can leave a comment and I'll get in touch with you, or DM me. I will be checking my messages regularly. I will be paying very close attention to this post. If we can't find housing, we're going to have to leave, and I don't know where we'll go. So
I know where you'll go. You'll go back to the U.S. You really loved shitting on it. You really loved pretending like it's a big bad that's coming into your house to torture your life. But the truth of it is, it's just doing things that you don't agree with, and I get it. You're not used to having to watch the government do things you don't agree with. I've been, since second term Obama, I've been watching the government do things I don't agree with openly and in my face. And I'm used to it. So don't worry. Just give it a year. You'll be fine. She doesn't even offer to trade labor for housing, like cleaning, cooking, laundry, yard work. We don't know about that. Maybe she would be willing to. She said that they'd be willing to pay rent, but below market value. So I feel like if you came at her with like, well, how about like, I need somebody to like maintain the property. So how about we knock your rent down? You keep the lawn clean. You keep the windows, cleaned. You keep the front entryway looking nice for all you and the other residents. You run the vacuum cleaner up and down the hallway. You run the lawnmower every once in a while. And, we call that good. I think they'd probably be able to work something out. I bet she would. This is a weird thing. She's not Like it's not like her request is so, oh my God, absurd. It's just you didn't look into any of this, you didn't study any of that. And again, the irony of I fled America because it's so evil and horrible and blah 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 and this the government. It's like, right, the country that you fled from is like, if you moved to it, if the roles were reversed and Canada to America, you'd be able to get all that stuff. And here's the best part, you'd be able to get all that stuff. And you'd be able to be here on a temporary visa. And the whole time you're here on the temporary visa, you could get those programs and assistances. You could get that stuff. And then when your visa expired, you could re-up your visa or become a citizen, work on that while you're on the visa. Either way, until the visa's up, you're fine. And spoiler, in Canada, the same thing's true too. After the visa's up, what are you going to do? Oh, I came here on a travel visa and a vacation visa. I stayed the whole 6 months and now I just don't want to go home. I'm really curious how that works. I've got questions. Good morning, Johnny, says Alan. Well, good morning, Alan. Good to see you. Happy to have you here, buddy. We've had an interesting day. Really waiting for he's just nice. Not going to come back. Well, it's too hard to create another fake account. Plus, his whole like fucking thing kind of got blown out of the water. So if you can maintain the yard, I'll let you stay in my tent. Ground has built-in toilet and hose for outdoor plumbing, says St. Aaron. Well, I don't know. I'll be honest.
I hope that this works.
I'm looking at
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, and again, boo, bloop. So how do I reach you? Oh, I've got to look up your TikTok. Like, again, give us an email or something in the video. Give us a way to contact you that's not tied to one of these. That's all everybody like, nope, just email, message me. Okay, fuck off. So, a PhD candidate with a dissertation on fascism. Okay. Nope Brigade is an academic researcher who studies conservative and right-wing ideologies and recently fled the country from the current Trump administration. Okay, so yeah, so right-wing scholar. Well, I'm a left-wing scholar. You guys are a bunch of grooming pedos. Explain that, please. And I didn't do a dissertation. I've just been paying attention to reality. Well, at least now I'm glad the right-wing scholar part makes sense. Glad the right-wing scholar part makes sense. But yeah, you flee the country because you're so worried because it doesn't go with your political ideology. And you flee to a place where literally they're harsher on you. Oh, well. I'm having a hard time feeling bad for the lady. I guess what is it? Let's catch up with the Rumble chat. LOL Bumble. What? If mommy unlocks their Play Store app to download Rumble. Well, I feel like we gonna be rich. Who's gonna be rich? I have to go back underground now, but I'll be able to listen. All right, later, buddy. Cat food, maybe. Now I'm catching up. Put cat food on the wheel. No, not eating cat food. Karmic is making enough to pay someone. Karmic isn't making enough to pay someone. Right, Red Scooper. Let alone to pay someone more than I make doing this. Like that's some sort of, I've never been a big count other people's money thing. I just need to make sure I have enough money to meet my very meager needs, and I'm great. Like, I'm never like, oh, you need to have more money. Like, no, you've got too much money, and no, I don't. How much money does he make? I don't want to count his money. Count the money, Demone. So yeah, it was like a weird thing. It's a weird self-own because I don't make a lot doing this, but if we add up everything I make doing this on my show and what I get paid on another show and what I get paid for disability, so you're getting over $2,000 a month doing this. And I count what I make on disability because disability pays me to do this show in the sense that I get a living wage that allows me the time and energy to commit to doing this program. If I didn't do that, this program would be nowhere near solvent enough. And if I didn't have my disability, I'd be out working to make that money. I wouldn't have the time. So I count both of them. And so, yeah, fucking dumbass. All right. There we go. Anyways, that's what happens when you catch up with the chat. She called herself a scholar, but she didn't do basic research before she fled. Right, because she's a new age scholar who's like, I'm a scholar, so I hate the right wing, so my dissertation's on fascism. It's like, do you want to talk about how it's fascist to force somebody to acknowledge truths that don't exist? Or have you ever read 1984? I've only done cursory searches on the overarching themes and stereotypes of it, I gotta say. You want to talk about fascist? We could have a long conversation. What do you call a farting fairy? A stinker bell, says Wild Saffron. Thank you. That joke and so many... God, my voice. That joke and so many others are available on Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy. If you enjoy a good dad joke and a lovely, delicious, fruity piece of all-naturally flavored taffy, there's nothing better than Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy. Inside every delicious taffy morsel is a dad joke, lovingly cradling that treat to your mouth. And then you get to say the dad joke. Hello, everyone. What did I miss? Not a whole lot, Los Federales. Yeah, really, not a whole lot. We got a couple stories started. An autistic kid in Wisconsin was served dog food for lunch. He ate 3 bites of it, said, meh, not my favorite. His mom, very upset that they gave him a plastic spoon. For me, little early to fucking critique the silverware. We should probably focus on the dog food first. But that's me. That's me. I'd be mostly upset, if not entirely upset. You wouldn't be able to ask me what I thought of the utensil. I'd be like, the utensil's irrelevant. What was on the utensil is the problem. He could have had a diamond-studded piece of china, silverware, or whatever. I don't care. It's the fact that it was dog food. That's where our problem is. So that was our first story, the dog food thing. And then we just recently talked about a lady who is very, very anti-Trump and did what a lot of anti-Trumpers, if Trump gets elected, we're going to leave. And so she left. But it turns out, and you might enjoy this, she moved to Canada. And she's complaining about the cost of living. She can't use any services in Canada because she's not Canadian. And so she's looking for someone to help her and her partner and her cats, or cat and dog, I don't know. Her and her partner shack up somewhere for low or free price for the next few months while they figure out what they're going to do, because, again, they can't work. Los Federales, have you ever tried cat food? Cat food tastes better than dog food. Again, which food? Are we talking dry or are we talking wet food? Because this was a pate. This was a, I guess, a wet food, if you would call it anything. But yeah, I'd believe that. The fact that you open up a can of tuna and it seems like cat food, and you open up a can of cat food, anyone that's fed their cats like quality wet cat food, you can see the shreds of meat and the protein. Cats love that shit. Dry food. Ugh. Do you hate yourself? I never trust dry cat food. I gotta say, the dog food didn't look bad. No, the dog food looked like meatloaf stuffed in a can, and it looked kind of gross, but eh. LMO, she moved to Vancouver for cheaper living. No, she didn't move there for cheaper living. She moved there because Donald Trump got elected. Because the Republicans held power and Donald Trump got elected, which, if you don't like that, if you don't agree with that administration, whatever, that's your choice. But again, it's really, really weird that, they would have been the first people to say, you don't like this government, then you leave, when Biden got elected or when Obama got elected. And again, I have not trusted the government since the second term of Obama. During Trump, I hated Trump first term. I hated Trump first term, and I think, like, long haul, when we look back at it, his first term is gonna be his better term. I think Donald Trump did a better job as president his first term than his second term. There, I said it. And I don't like it. And when Biden was in office, I was so pissed off about all the things Biden was doing. But to be like, I don't like this president, we don't like it, we're going to leave here. You guys, the housing crisis here is worse than it is in America. Who's looking for... You know what? I'll pull it back up. I'll play it. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to replay this one just for Los Federales, because Los Federales, you're in like the Toronto area or whatever. I don't think you're in Vancouver, BC, but as someone who recently just bought a house and understands what things are like up there, you might enjoy this person who, again, is by her own admission, a right-wing scholar.
Scholar of the far right who has fled the United States to Canada, and I
And by the way,
help.
By the way,
situation in Canada is absolutely...
Scholar of the far right isn't an actual thing. It's a made-up title she gave herself because it's really hard to say. I am a liberal person who overreacts and freaks out about all of the trigger shit that liberal people are sent, and to the point where I did my dissertation on how right-wing conservatism is fascism, despite the fact that the George Floyd riots happened. That wasn't fascist because you hate black people. But yeah, I'm a fucking cunt. I'm sorry, I can't stand that. I'm a far right-wing scholar. I'm a right-wing scholar. No, you're not. You don't like the right wing, and you find facts that fit your narrative and you spout them. You like political scholar. If you have a leaning, you have a bias. I'll admit I have a bias. I don't like liberal people. They've pissed me off. I don't like a lot of stuff they do. So I have an unwanted right-wing bias that I fight all the time. And I lose that battle more often than I'd like. I don't call it my job. My job on here is technically come up here and make fart jokes and let everyone call me gay.
dire for...
So in some ways, not much different from you.
Americans who don't know, the housing crisis here is worse than in the United States. I lived in LA for 6 years, and I have not faced rent as bad as here. When my partner, our cat, and our dog fled the United States, we headed north with the...
Again, fled. Ma'am, I've got good news for you. If you fled, file for asylum. File for asylum. You are fleeing a politically hostile environment that is hostile to your way of life. I don't know how hard you're going to have to fight to prove that, but don't worry. You file for asylum, boom, you're Canadian. Here's the downside. If you file for asylum, it automatically, I think, denaturalizes you as an American, so you can't come back to America because you fled. You're seeking asylum. That would kind of be bullshit, too. Like, I'm seeking asylum, but I want to go back and visit on the weekends. So, go for that. File for asylum.
Goal of being close to where our families are located, which is on the West Coast. So we are now in British Columbia. More specifically, we are in the Sea to Sky Highway in the Greater Vancouver area. We are attempting to find housing in the western side of this region. My partner and I are here on a visitor visa, which is a 6 months possible stay for Americans. But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work.
Oh.
So we are currently surviving off of what savings we could get together.
It's really too bad you can't go to that shithole dirtbag country known as America and just have a job, regardless of whether or not you're here on a vacation visa or a work visa. It's really weird. Yeah, good thing you fled that country. It's so horrible.
Before we fled the United States, and that's not terribly much. And in Canada, I think it's actually the cost of living crisis is worse here, especially...
All right, I'm not doing the whole video, but yeah, that's who we got, Los Federales. There you go, buddy. There you go. She's looking into the most expensive part of Vancouver, too. Right, and she didn't look into any... Her and her partner that wanted to flee America because of Donald Trump didn't look into any of this before they moved. Donald Trump's been in office for a year. How long have you been in Canada? So, you guys recently fled to Canada. You didn't do any of your work or your homework? You do know that all of the stuff people wanted Donald Trump to do, so far everything but the ICE crap has been completely stagnated. We got the Epstein list, and that was a quagmire as to how that happened. No idea how we scored that victory. That's the closest thing to a victory, but we haven't seen anything actually happen on it. So, again, ma'am, you're worried over nothing, but good to you. KK, gotta work, not chat. All right, fine. No one wants to live there, LOLs. It's flat and frozen. No one wants to live where? Go to Saskatchewan. Plenty of empty houses she could squat in. Where is that? I'd be willing to stay there for a little bit. Rosie O'Donnell staged that woman and moved to Ireland. didn't upstage that woman. Rosie O'Donnell became a citizen in Ireland. This lady's there on a visa. She's got 6 months and she has to come back if they can't get permanent residency or become an illegal alien in Canada. We'll find out. We'll check back in 6 months and find out how it goes. Best of luck to her and her partner. That's what I would say. So we were talking about this. This is a video of a daily life in the eyes of a Roblox engineer. So this is one of the people responsible for the coding and the making of the game Roblox. So these are people that play, or not play, but make the game Roblox. Let's see. You know what? With everything we've heard about your platform, including the attention it's gotten for the ICE stuff, let's see what happens in your guys' neck of the woods.
Today's my last day as a senior software engineer at Roblox, which means after 5 years, I can finally spill all the unfiltered office tea now that they can.
A lot of loyalty you have to that company, huh? Last day, so I'm gonna make this for the socials and the tweets. Hey guys, let me show you where account advisor Steve takes a shit. Dude, really? Do you got a grudge? Somebody's getting fired, right? So she should be arrested, says Mr. Q. I don't know about that.
Can't fire me. I start every day at 9 a.m. at my favorite place.
Again, this is my last day, so I can spill all the tea because they can't fire me. Congratulations, bitch. This is why people fire you on Friday without a moment's notice. Yeah, you get the weekend to blow off steam. You don't get time to plan your gotcha video. What the? I'm sorry. I've worked quite a few jobs. The only job I worked where there was a buffet was when I literally worked at a buffet. You have a buffet?
Buffet, of course. Free breakfast every single day. My go-to is.
This is one of the people that work the lowest income jobs. They don't get free food. It doesn't go. So these people get just go grab concierge, get as much as you want, get as much food as you would like. These tech companies spend way too much money on their employees. They have it way, way too good. And then they have to get paid an exorbitant fee. Let's hold on now. Fucking pack and bring your own lunch, asshole.
Kanji, zero nutritional value, but it hits every time. Afterwards, a stop at the coffee bar is mandatory. Look at this bear.
A stop at the coffee bar where they make a cute little leaf in the froth, and oh my god, oh my god. Ma'am, this might sound weird. I would like to know, in the course of a given day, what actual work do you do? Literally the start of your video of I'm going to show you behind the scenes at Roblox. Oh my God, look at all the free food and the coffee bar. Are you on a shopping trip or are you at your job?
A latte art. The Roblox baristas could literally quit and open a 5-star cafe. Then
Johnny, have you not seen? Yes, but that was Twitter, and that was one of the things we ridiculed that for too. Again, I'm saying these tech companies and their employees need perks beyond belief. Like every other job that I've ever worked, my entire life, I've never once been raised to the idea of no, when you work here, you get free food. The closest I've ever come to that is when I worked at a kitchen, they would let me make my own meal and I would be billed an employee meal. That's it. I could use the kitchen resources to make my own, let's be honest. Fish and wild rice. Fish and wild rice. Back then when I was cooking, I was also on this health kick thing, trying to get bulk up. Really glad I got in super duper good shape because right after that, man, my calves are looking good. My core's coming in line. I think I'm developing pecs. Congratulations. In about 5 years, you'll never get out from a seated position. Fuck. What? Not fair.
Time for meetings because no tech job is complete without endless Zoom calls and scrolling Slack. Lunch.
All right, so then why are you there? Lunch
is the dangerous part. We've got multiple cafeterias on campus.
Multiple cafeterias. Seriously, this is better than most prep schools. and they have to get paid out the ass.
It's all with the best food I've ever seen at any tech company. I've definitely gained weight here, and my weakness was the sushi days or the clam linguine. Free food hits different. Afternoons are a mix of coding.
Free food hits different. Yes. Now, considering that your company is rampant with child predators on your product, can we maybe, I don't know, punish some of you fucks? Let's start with you have to pay for your own fucking lunch. You have to make your own food. The idea that you're getting gourmet food catered to you as part of your job, and people, Johnny, it's not their fault. No. I'm saying that these companies establish a falsehood that other, young people, oh, well, I work a 9 to 5 at Walmart. They better be on laying the buffet. No. Again, ma'am, work at Walmart for a minute. Again, I do coding. AI is going to outrank you soon enough anyway, so.
Ping-ponging and snacking. The snack area is stocked with healthy treats and tech bro fuel, aka kombucha. Also, this water dispenser that's in every tech company in Silicon Valley. And yeah, part of the job was literally playing Roblox. The best part was power tripping in game with my admin badge. But between you and me, I didn't actually have the power to ban anybody. At 5 p.m., I logged out for the last time, literally touched some grass, and waved goodbye to the office I've known for 5 years. So long free food, so long kombucha, so long kanji with no nutritional value. Maybe I'll see you at my next company. And spoiler alert, my standards have been raised. Today.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Your standards are unrealistic. Because again, those companies need to make all that money, so they need those from the yeah. My standards have been raised. Yeah, how are we doing on the child predators on Roblox? No progress? But hey, at least you got your fucking kombucha and your other stupid shit. Jesus Christ, lame. Yeah, the best part of the day was literally playing Roblox. Ugh. Oh, this will totally help her get a new job. Oh, it will, Matthew Q. It'll help her get a new job. They'll know they can't fire her until they're ready for all their dirty laundry to air. Because as she said in her video, she only makes the video when, it's her last day, so you can't fire her. What about the quality of her work? She doesn't do any work, Wild Saffron. You saw the video. She sits in Zoom meetings at her office after she shows up and has a free top shelf breakfast. Then she goes to the Zoom meetings. Then she goes to her free top shelf, gourmet lunch. Then she plays a little bit of Roblox. Then she goes and grabs some snacks and some water and plays some ping pong. And then 5 o'clock, clock out, time to go home. Whoa, long, hard day at work. People say I don't work. Damn, her job is more lax than mine right now, and I only work, I'd say, a solid 30% of the time because I'm disabled. So I don't do work a lot of the time. Just a little bit. And then a lot of people are disgruntled because they've worked real tech jobs where they don't have any of that shit. This is why Elon Musk fired so many people at Twitter. And because so many of those jobs, I'm sorry, that lady's 5 years there, they didn't need her. She doesn't do anything important. She's just a mooch eating the free food. You didn't need her. Proof of which in the fact that when she talks about what she does in her day, most of it sounds like she's on a shopping trip. That video did not seem like somebody like my last day at work. It seemed a lot more of like, hey guys, I'm at the mall and I'm an IRL streamer. Alrighty. We are almost 2 minutes. We're an hour and 15 into the show. We have 2 hours, 15 minutes left in the program. Thank you for being here today. We will be going until 3:30. I'm not feeling so well gut wise. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not feeling the greatest gut wise, and for that reason, I might have to punch out early. It's been a difficult week. What are you gonna do? But before we do anything, we're gonna get to this story because I wanted to cover this. I wonder what a day in the life of a Fortnite employer is like. Probably twice as bad. I doubt it. I don't know. All I'm going to say is I'm sick of seeing these tech company employees that look like they earn a decent wage, but then when they talk about, oh my God, my job, and it's like, do you actually work? You just, and again, why do you need such a high wage? If my job was feeding me breakfast and lunch every day Like, I am not spending any money on food. I don't need to. Or at least barely any. I need to feed myself on the weekends. I'm coming in for work on the weekends just because I want the food. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like a stray dog. I'll show up once I know the bowl's full. But, yeah, it just, you get paid and you've got to get all this free food stuff. I really feel like you can't maintain that. It's not okay. And that lady's job was redundant. Anyways, let's go over to this. I don't know. I don't know what someone's thinking. If you see downed power lines, why would you drive over them? I guess that's the question I'm asking for this before I go to this video. Why does Twitter do this now where it's so weirdly sized and not in the center? Strange. All right. So this is in Massachusetts. We've had a slew of horrible weather and storms waged through the area on the East Coast. In Massachusetts, obviously East Coast, one of those areas. Down power lines happens in a storm. Let's get over to Rumble Chat. MSO, hey Johnny, hey Digger, hey Wild Zapper, hey MSO. Digger is not on today. She is doing IRL stuff and may occasionally be popping up in the chat, but good to see you, MSO, as Wild Saffron also said. All right, so this is in Massachusetts. We got down power lines because it's called the Darwin Awards for a reason. Well, hey, we've got our newest entrance into this year's Darwin Awards. I give you the Dodge truck driver in Massachusetts.
And he's going over the fucking...
All right, I've got to rewind this because I'm sorry. The lines are down right across.
And he's going over...
You are now adding tension to this line, meaning it is hooked on your vehicle. If you pump electricity through your car, everything but the tires is going to start getting warmer, and you could blow your electrical. You could possibly set off fumes. You could start sparking. You could start a fire. Like, the idea, oh, well, if lightning strikes, the tires ground the vehicle. No. The electricity doesn't move through the rubber. The tires provide a literal barrier between the car and the road. So electricity can't move through there. So that's why you can't strike, because that's how lightning works. But if you take a live wire and you wrap it around the vehicle. Why is there Christmas music playing? Because it's snowing. I didn't make the film. What's your problem?
The fucking power lines. What are you fucking doing?
I'm actually kind of okay with the music because he's dropping F-bombs like he's in a war zone.
Idiot, dude.
So we stopped. Did the light and that power line that just pulled off came off this dude's house. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. You're trapped to the power line. At this point, you can't go anywhere.
And he's going over the fucking power.
Oh. Zippy zappy. He isn't happy. Dude, his house is connected to those power lines. So the guy talking in the video, totally understand. His house is connected to those power lines. Insulation, says MSO. Yeah. The car is insulated from, like, electricity and stuff, and that's what prevents the, like, getting struck by lightning. But if you put the power lines on there, and you win the moron medallion of the day, says Mr. Q. The part I love is that the fire, the sparking, all of that starts happening, fades out really quickly. No actual fire takes off, but he keeps going. Like, you know, you're attached to the pole now. Wires are stuck on your car. You're just going to drive and just fuck it, rip them off. Oh, so there we go. So there's our look in the woods of Massachusetts. The National Grid and Evansource were reporting nearly 291,000 customers without power as of 12 p.m., according to MEMA and Power Outage Map. Utility crews are mobilized across the region to repair the damaged lines and restore power to those impacted. Oh, is this from yesterday too? Oh, this is from yesterday too? I'm guessing this isn't the same guy. I don't see a guy. Oh, this is just the weather? This is just the blizzard?
Oh, wow, it is really blowing in. Wow. Oh, it's getting strong here.
You don't say.
Oh, wow, it is really blowing in.
Can't imagine telephone poles came down.
Wow.
Wow. That's all. Hey, guys. There you heard it from the mouths of Babes, the resident in the era. Wow. That music is the theme from the movie A Summer Place, ironically. Yeah, I didn't think it was Christmas music. I thought it was shopping music. Like, isn't that what plays in, like, the shopping malls a lot of time in the holiday season? So I get the idea, but... Yeah, that was here last week. What? The storm? The date on that video said the 23rd. So I thought it was shared, like, yesterday. My apologies. Extreme blizzard conditions. As of 6... That was 6 a.m. Monday. That was 6 a.m. Monday. According to this post, shared at 6 a.m. February 23rd. So, yeah, that was 6 a.m. Monday, sir. 6 a.m. Have a little jelly. Have a little jam. On the East Coast. It's just whatever. Everyone thinks it's a straight them and me back and forth. It's hard to figure that out. All right. What else do we have? Oh, yes. So Texas has got some election stuff heating up, and I really want to get to that. We have to get to that, and then I owe Mr. Q and others a huge apology for the thing we have to talk about after. You know what? We'll save that late. We'll do this one first. All right. So Disney released a new cartoon character, and people told me about the new cartoon character. I didn't believe people when they told me, oh, that's the whole thing. I don't want the whole thing. Where's the clip? We'll go with the clips. I didn't believe people when they told me about the new cartoon character, and I have to say I'm sorry. All right, so let's go down. Where is the person? God damn. We didn't know if this came. All right. Anyways, so guys, Disney made a new character, and I got told about it, and I couldn't believe it. I assumed people were being racist, and so I'm gonna play this.
Really, AJ? You're supposed to be cleaning your room right now. We agreed that you could only watch all the Captain Durag movies if...
I gotta go back a little bit longer. All the Captain Durag movies. Disney has a show where the character is a little girl whose superhero is a black superhero named Captain Durag.
Captain Durag movies if your room was clean.
Now it's a black comedian lady that came up with this character, and I use comedian in quotes because I have questions. This feels super try-hardy to me. Now, if it were anything but a black lady that created this character, it would be racist, so racist. But apparently, it's okay when they do it. To depict. He's a do-rag because he wears a do-rag like all the brothers in the hood. Like, yeah, that's kind of, again, like a racist stereotype thing. You shouldn't do that. Yes, vindication. And see, that's my problem. My problem isn't that Disney created this character or the the subtle racism that is allowed to be perpetrated by minorities, but then is racist if it's perpetrated by other groups of people. The thing, like all of that stuff. Yeah. Here's my problem. My problem was so many people told me this story, and on its face, it sounded so outrageous. I assumed they were just being racist. And I went, ha, there's a new superhero character, and they're calling him Captain Durag. Whatever. Fuck off. I don't care. But I was wrong. It's an actual character. And it's even in the comments to the post about the character. One person even said, this sounds like something that you would see my racist uncle who's terminally online saying about the Black Panther. But let's... Do we... The concept of Captain Durag is wildly tone-deaf. A black superhero with a do-rag as both his cape and mask, with a literal snow bunny as his sidekick, that is more of a garbage man than a superhero. And again, the person who created Captain Durag is a black lady. I have no idea, player, that actually... I don't know what you're talking about. Again, according to my research, the creator of the character is... let's see. Where's... We'll pull up one of her posts. She apologized for it. Camille Corbett. Camille Corbett, the creator, apologized. I created the character Durag Man, known as Captain Durag, on the Disney show Hey AJ. And I'm just finding out people are finding it problematic. I just wanted our culture to have a superhero of its own. And again, this is our girl. This is our Camelia Corbett. This is the creator of Captain Durag. Again, she wanted representation for her culture and her group, and you are a racist if you would say any of that unless you're her. So, again, you don't want to just create... Like, dude, no offense, like, you couldn't make a superhero. There have been countless superheroes created to be, like, uplifting, like Real Steel and others, like the Shaquille O'Neal movie and things. Like, you could have got creative. You could have any number of superpower. You went with the do-rag cape thing. Was weird. Weird. MSO. Next up, Captain... I can't read either of those two together, but it sounds like an interesting character, if not a bit on the nose. That doesn't look too bad, except for the sneakers aren't Air Jordans. Now we've got people criticizing Captain Durag as to whether or not he is appropriate for the... No, I'm sorry. We can't do this. That's not okay. Captain Durag Man. Again, this is something that's, if you told me some racist asshole made an insulting character to black people and he named him Captain Durag Man and all of this shit, I'd be like, oh wow, that's hurtful. No, is their own community. And she did it saying, quote, I just wanted our culture to have a superhero of its own. Guess we don't want to talk about what culture you're tying into that or other things to that. His superpowers activate when he rubs his hands together. His weakness is fentanyl. He can't handle his fent. In the comics, he says, it's a bird, it's a plane. Mom, I'm going to go to the ground. I'll be okay. Oh, dear Lord. Can't be too and that's we didn't know if this came from one of us or one of them. Can't be too cautious. Here's my rule. One of us or one of them, it should be the same level of as offensive. Like, if it's offensive if one of them does it, it should be just as, if not more offensive, when one of you does it. You understand what I'm saying? If you have the audacity to get some sand in your craw, there's an old-timey phrase, to get some sand in your craw, don't worry about what movie it's totally not from. Anyways, so if you're going to get pissed off about that because, oh, some white racist made this, then it should be just as offensive and just as racist when a black person. In fact, more, because they should have the understanding to realize how hurtful that is. He tossed Afro pics like batarangs. I mean, there's no end to the now racist comments you guys can make up about all that stuff. But yeah, it's so again, I owe you an apology. I'm sorry, and I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. Oh, actually, you know what? We're gonna give a sincere apology here. We're gonna do this. I'm sorry. I didn't realize when you guys were telling me about a current event news story to cover the Captain Do-Rag drama that you were being sincere. I had mistaken you for the silly group of idiots that always talk in my chat, talking about stuff, saying racist things just to be edgy. And for that reason, I dismissed you. I shouldn't have. It was a professional mistake, and I apologize. He can't save people from a burning building, though. He can't hear the chirp. Yeah, I can't hear the chirp. Ironheart was worse and unrealistic for a superhero TV show. Look, I don't think these two should be tied together in that way. The existence of Ironheart does not excuse or justify the creation of Captain Do-Rag. Okay? Each one of those can be judged on their merits, and both found to be shitty. So... Rabin with simply 3 question marks. Did you miss? Hello, sir. Oh, you missed Captain Do-Rag. Oh, come on. Why would I lie about something like that? I didn't think you were lying. You were like, did you hear about the new Disney character? And then when you said the name, I assumed you were making a dumb, like, racist, derogatory version of it. And I'm not saying there wasn't a character to look into or a story there. I'm saying I thought the name was something you made up, because in no rational world would anyone, like, pass that down the line and go, you know what, that's fine. That's fine, guys. We're gonna do the episode of AJ where she just wants to watch her Captain Do-Rag movies. Like, that would never be a thing. It was too ridiculous to believe. I can only be racist if I know about it, says. I heart strong minds, says Rabin. Oh, I wasn't saying you were racist, Rabin. I was saying Mr. Q was racist, and I had assumed that he was being just racist. Like, we talked about the story. Look at half of his comments, if not all of them. So I just kind of went, oh, this is more of that. And it's, again, I feel like I could be excused in feeling that way, especially since when I found out I was wrong, I made a point. I carved out a section of my show to say we did this story and we're doing this story because I was told about it and I dismissed it without checking in. Me am racist too. No Brian in the chat feels wrong. Well, take a cue from him. Liberal white woman from Texas. In our second liberal white woman crying video, we have a liberal white woman from Texas who's very upset because she voted. Now, I don't know why you would be upset with who you voted for, unless you voted for somebody you believe in and you just don't think they're going to make it, and you really wish that more people would support your candidate. I can understand being upset for that, but I'll give you a warning. This is not that, and let's get over to this video. We take you now to Texas.
So, yes, we need a fighter. And I was so ready to vote for Jasmine Crockett.
Well, why didn't you then?
I love her. But I voted for Tallarico because we need somebody who can win.
Congratulations. You are the problem. Step into the ocean. Dive into a wood chipper. Once again, liberal white woman for the loss. So what you're saying is I'm so sorry I didn't vote for the black lady, but I had to pick someone who could. Do you think maybe the reason your candidate won't win is because literal, oh my God, I'm your ally, idiots like you pretend to give a crap about her, prop her up, and then immediately turn tail and vote for the white guy? But you won't even open up to it. You won't go, well, look, I support her, but I don't want her to actually be the candidate. I mean, she's a black lady. Like, I'm sorry, lean into it. I don't buy this. I voted for him because we need someone who can win. You voted for him because secretly you're scared of black people, but that's not the way a liberal does that. That would be golly gee shucks racist to admit that. She looks like a racist, says St. Caesar. See, that's what St. Caesar thinks that, and he's just an idiot living in his dad's apartment. Me am a racist. Me look way better. Apparently still working on that grammar, though. You'll get there.
Yes, we need a fighter. And I was so ready to vote for Jasmine Crockett.
I was so ready to vote for Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett. She pretends like she is from the hood. Jasmine Crockett has to be careful around blacks so she don't speak too good. Like, you know, that Jasmine Crockett, the fake, I didn't know no better, like Jasmine Crockett, who becomes like a Rhodes Scholar, well-spoken lady when she's in front of certain people like you, and then when she's in front of people who aren't, she kind of changes. So what you're saying is you're really sad that you supported a pandering turncoat, but you voted for the other pandering turncoat. So wait a minute. So if it was verse A or B, Jasmine Crockett or the other guy, so did you vote for the conservative guy? Or did you vote for the other liberal? So you betrayed what liberal stances you have just because you need the winner? Okay. It's just so funny. You're so broken up about something that you had every ounce of control in. Your candidate doesn't need to win. But if you're going to get that emotional because I wanted to support her, just say the quiet part out loud. I wanted to support her, but she's black. Just say it. Just say it. We had to vote for who win. These people really need help. My problem is that these people are the problem. They betray their values to vote for who wins, but then they get pissed when the other team does that and votes for people who can win. And then when they get the people who can win in, they want those people to adhere to their values. You don't get it again. And that's the worst part. You're upset about Jasmine Crockett. She's going to be fine. She's a swindler. At worst, if she doesn't win any elections, she doesn't have a public office, she's going to start doing a podcast and going on all the news circuits talking about how the right wing are all racists. And meanwhile, she's going to continue to do performances and sell out places in front of black people where she will literally, pander herself down to them like, I just want to use and I ask questions. Like, that's what she's going to do. Even though that's not who she is in her daily life. It's all a front. It's all a fake. And you are faking that you give a shit, which is the problem I have. Nobody asked you to do this. I want to look like a good person, so I have to pretend I'm upset that I didn't vote for a lady because I could have.
I love her, but I voted for Tallarico.
Yeah. Why do you hate black people? I love her. I swear, I'm on her side, but I voted for the other white guy. Right. So it doesn't matter what her policies were. You voted for the guy who can win. This is something I keep hearing from liberals. Like, what was it? Bill Maher would say this about Gavin Newsom. It doesn't matter. Like, when someone confronted Bill Maher, I forget who, about how Gavin Newsom sucks and why you shouldn't vote for him. But he can win. No, he can't. No, he can't. He can't win because his pandering bullshit doesn't work on anyone who pays attention. But since you hate the other side implicitly, you won't pay attention. Despite the fact, Bill Maher, one of the people who kind of raised flags about, hey, this guy's destroying my state. All my friends are moving away. So, let's look that up. Jasmine Crockett, Tallarico. Jasmine Crockett versus James Tallarico draws national attention. Jasmine Crockett versus Talrico results. Talrico holds Cash lead. I don't care about Cash. I want to know in the election in the Texas 2026, Talrico leads Crockett for Democratic nomination. So this is the Democratic primary. So either way, you're voting for a left person, but you voted for him because he can win. Doesn't matter if he has your values in mind. Let me quote this. Do you have no backbone? Do you have no spine? What if this happened to you? No one gets left behind. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Rabin. Urban Street Party Crockett. Yes, I know her. Jasmine Crockett. It's just Jasmine Crockett and Gavin Newsom are the same kind of evil to me because right to your face, they will pretend you don't know anything about them and that literally any of the stuff they've done in front of a camera isn't in front of the camera, and they just fake who they are to the crowd that they're in front of. I mean, I'll say this. Jasmine Crockett doesn't have balls as big as Gavin Newsom because Jasmine Crockett wouldn't go up in front of a crowd of black people. I'm just like you. I'm retarded and illiterate as well. Minnesota do the same thing with Republican governor vote. They had to vote in that Lisa lady because she can run against Amy Klobuchar. Mr. Q, here's my problem. I don't like the conservatives and the Republicans in Minnesota. Too many of them are like stupid boomer people that are that think things like marijuana is the devil's lettuce and we got to stop it because of the black folk. Like I just again. Too much backwards thinking in this state from that group. That group is a whole bunch of old fuckers who need to die. And the young people aren't going to provide any better. Especially since we've imported enough people to shift the political demographics and they'll never get in control anyway. Ain't Minnesota got the new Somalia? What? I mean, we have a Somalian population in here, but there's no area that's called New Somalia. I don't know. How fucking hard are you fighting for that one? Wow. That's a weird one. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and close that out. That's our... Hey, everybody. We're almost done with the second hour, and our first hour stories are finally finished. Yeah, they changed the flag, but they didn't... There's, again, some of you guys with this stuff where I'm like, I don't know, it just seems kind of I'm being funny. It's not funny. It's just new smile. Nah, not really. All right, let's go ahead and grab our second hour stories. Clear this out. And woman accused of attempting to set fire to a DHS building. We're going to talk about that lady. We do have an update on the Nancy Guthrie thing. There's a video that's been posted about a reward. But you guys are still very much, I think, of the opinion that she's involved. Like, Savannah's part of it. So figured we'd talk about that for a bit. And then we've got a couple other videos and things to talk about all over the place. All right, I got to fucking find this news story. I don't, of course, Instagram. I really wish Instagram wasn't a thing. All right, where are we there? Boom, boom, boom. Got those covered up. All right. Where is this? Florida woman man stat after 9. All right, there we go. I wanted to do this as a actual video story, but they won't let me do that, so we'll use the rip and read version. There we go. Minnesota's doing the same thing. Governor vote. Yep. All right, let's catch up with the Rumble chat quick since it's not on the stream. The music is the theme from the movie. We covered that. Wild Saffron, Captain Do. Yeah, Captain Durag. Doesn't look bad except for his superpowers. Yep. Oy vey. what do you get when you eat beans and onions? Tear gas. Thank you, Wild Saffron. We just want to say thank you very much for continuing to be part of this program. Wild Saffron, the studio sponsor for this week and next. So if you enjoy an amazing piece of naturally flavored taffy, there's nobody better than Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy. Every delicious piece of candy comes lovingly wrapped in a dad joke like the one you just heard. So if you enjoy dad jokes and you enjoy taffy, it's a double win you can't afford to miss. Go ahead and try Wild Saffy's Twisted Taffy today. All right, let's go ahead and get into this first story. An Idaho woman accused of attempting to set fire to a DHS building with a stolen ambulance. You guys had the video, right? Yes. Okay. So you have a problem with the Department of Homeland Security. You charged them with a stolen ambulance. All right. You know what? Hey, I guess you believe in your cause. Although I said I'm going to click play, and I bet you we're going to get an ad. Yep, here comes an ad.
And contract analysis aren't just buzzwords. They're transforming how law
Let me skip. Thank you.
A tragic story in Georgia as more Americans join the growing number of angel families. Beloved teacher Linda Davis was killed by an illegal migrant trying to flee
This is not the
ICE. Now, according to DHS, the illegal migrant was from Guatemala and was issued a final order of removal by a federal judge in 2024. The man appeared in court.
All right, so it's the whole news segment. I wanted to cover just this part.
Had been stolen from the ambulance bay. The suspect.
We can, but it has been very disconcerting to watch.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you say radio silence. There was radio silence on a violent attack on DHS this week. I didn't hear about it really anywhere. Watch this.
All right, a violent attack. She used an ambulance filled with empty gas cans. I mean, did she hit the building or the people? What was the violent part? All right. By the way, go ahead and tell me Fox doesn't have a bottle blonde total type for their casting.
Paramedics' ambulance had been stolen from the ambulance bay. The suspect drove the ambulance north through the parking lot and retrieved gas cans that had been staged in nearby vegetation. The suspect then drove the ambulance directly into the North Portico building, which houses Department of Homeland Security offices. The suspect poured an accelerant inside and around the outside of the ambulance.
The suspect poured the accelerant inside and around the outside of the ambulance. I also have this one critique, because again, I was raised on this bullshit, so I'm sorry. Where during the Biden administration, post-Trump one, during Obama, where are the violent right-wing people? Because it's always the left-wing people we didn't get our way. We don't like what's happening, so fuck it, we're burning this shit down. It happened during COVID with the Minneapolis riots. It happened during the ICE riots. I'm sorry, it's really weird how one side really takes it to the street level quick.
The suspect had not been interrupted. There is no doubt this building would have been burned.
If the suspect had not been interrupted. So the reason you didn't hear about the violent attack is because it didn't actually happen. It was thwarted, you dumb. I can't believe we're not hearing about this. Right, because it didn't really happen. It's a giant nothing burger, you stupid bimbo. Seriously, Fox, if you paid your news anchor ladies, or if you hired your news anchor ladies based on their brain cells instead of their boob size, you might do a lot better. Just saying. You might do a lot better. And if you are that Fox News anchor lady and you're insulted about the way I just referred to you, stop being a fucking shill and a whore. You knew what you were doing when you were lying.
Radio silence.
Yeah, again, you moron. Who is this dumbass? Who is this Barbie wannabe? Radio silence. Because as I just said, the attack was thwarted. And what do you mean radio silence? You're reporting on it. That's not radio silence. I've got bad news for you. You're on a massive nationwide syndicated news program, ma'am. Radio silence is you guys in the Epstein list. You want to talk radio silence? There's a whole bunch of people involved with Jeffrey Epstein that are still huge members of government and companies in this country. You want to talk about any of them? There's some radio silence.
This was
bullshit. So there was no actual attack. There's no they got him thing.
Dad is
fuck off.
Very loved by most people he meets.
Fuck off. Stupid ads. Dad is very loved by most people he meets as long as they're not the darkies. And you're on a small yet close-knit live stream hosted by a funny cripple. I am? Who's this funny cripple you're talking about? I don't like people stealing my shit. Why are stupid people using gas for fire? Diesel is more expensive, I know, but it burns way better, says Mr. Q. Well, she didn't get a chance to burn. Again, she was thwarted. I can't believe we're not hearing about this because nothing actually happened. You'd hear about it if she succeeded. But since she didn't succeed, it's not a whole lot to report. But they still did a press conference that you reported on. Radio silence. Yeah, because you guys didn't just air a story. I don't think she understands what the meaning of the term radio silence means. I'm just going to go out on a ledge and say she has no idea what the term radio silence means. Let's catch up with all of our chats before we move on. We're coming to the beginning of the last hour of the program. We got an hour and a half here left in the show. And thank you all for being here. All of the contributions we've received up till now have gotten us to $50 on Monday for our goal, so we just keep trucking along. We'll be fine. So this week's fully paid for. I will be back tomorrow, of course. We will be back tomorrow doing the show from 1 to 4:30 p.m. I won't be on Thursday and Friday. We all know why, and I just won't be back for the next 2 days. I'm going to need some me time, and then we'll be back after the weekend, of course. I am going to see if I'm feeling up to it. I'm planning to try and participate in that multiplayer Sunday again. And Brian, if you want to join up on that, I can see if I can ask if people are cool with that and see if I can get you an invite to that. The multiplayer on Sundays thing starts around 1 p.m. on Sunday, and it takes place on Scruffy D25's channel, on Awake Jimmy's channel, and on my channel at least. I think it might be J-Shot's channel also. Either way, you can watch from any one of those Twitch streams. They're all interconnected. Or you can watch on YouTube and Rumble because I broadcast on all three. So I just kind of, I branch out. Most women don't understand silence as a whole, says Brian the Science. I hate to agree with you. Uh-oh, I missed a thing. Just a second. I got something I've got to address here. Streaming for another hour. We'll just see what's going on. Hopefully it doesn't affect anything. What's the new crop the farmer is going to plant? Beats me, says Mr. Q. MSO, I don't know why Thursday and Friday. There's someone in my family's passed away, and their services will be taking place over that time frame. And so I got to do that. So it's a family thing. It's a family thing. So, but it's why I took a week off of, not a week off. I took 3 days off last week. Really kind of wanted to take more time off, but couldn't afford to. So we came back Thursday and Friday. This week, we got to take Thursday and Friday off. That's why, hence, we came back last Thursday and Friday. I couldn't take 2 and almost a half weeks off. Or not 2. I couldn't take a week and a half off, almost 2 weeks. I had to do what? What did the smart egg take off? Friday, says Matthew Q. Ha. Can we see the code? What code? I don't even know what he's talking about. All right, anyways. let's get over to this and... Oh, that's right. I got to wait for this ad to finish first. It's a stupid senior living. We didn't really want our father to live with us. We wanted him to be in a nice place where we could access him once in a while to say, Granddad, we love you. But then we didn't have to keep him around because him being old makes us feel mortal and frail. It would be a lot easier if I could deal with my dad every couple of months. That's why we took him to Talmore Senior Living. All right, let's go to this. Nancy Guthrie. So I'm sorry. I kind of feel like that Titanic sub thing. Like, I'm sorry, you're done. She's done, right? Like, hey, she's got enough food to last, or not enough food. She's got a medication she has to take every 24 hours. If she doesn't take it, it could be very, very bad for her. She's been missing how many weeks now? I'm sorry, we're done. I'm sorry, your mom, like, I'm not trying to be mean. I literally, I'm going through loss in my family, so I can understand somewhat of what you're feeling. Your mom's gone. And it sucks, dude. It blows. You get pissed off. You're going to be emotional. You might, if you're me, punch the occasional solid wall and just your fist feels some ouch. And it just kind of at least quantifies a pain you can't otherwise rationalize. Because that's just, I'm sorry, that's where it's at. Your mom needed some meds. She hasn't gotten them yet. Do we have any proof at all that your mom is still kicking? I still say the family are involved somehow. St. Caesar again, and other people casting that vote. This does seem weird. Like, this does seem like either a conversation between her and her mom's captors is happening that the FBI and her and everybody else are not telling us about, or she's making these heartfelt pleas because her mom is dead. And the people aren't talking to her because her mom is dead. But if you're telling me that they did this and they staged this whole thing, I gotta know, St. Caesar, why? Like, that's what I'm getting at. I can't figure out a reason why they are going to do it. I'm not going to say they are not in the will, so they had her killed. I don't know that. Again, I feel like Savannah Guthrie probably doesn't need that money. I don't see it going that way. But what do I know? I don't understand the point of they're offering $1 million reward in a new video. Your mom has been missing for so long. I feel like if you're offering for any information, here's $1 million, you're just going to make it worse now. You're going to stir the pot. You're going to chum the waters. You're going to throw this out. Now the sharks are going to come trying to get a nibble. They all are going to start swarming. And guess what? You won't be able to figure out what the difference is between a legit tip and a fake one because everyone's sniffing for that $1 million buckaroonies. But hey, I hope you find your mom. Let's hear what you have to say.
I'm coming on to say it is day 24 since
Day 24?
Was taken in the dark of night from her bed. And every hour and minute and second and every long night has been agony since then of worrying about her, fearing for her, aching for her.
I don't mean to be a dick, dude, but I don't think you need to worry for her. Ache, maybe. Certainly have her body returned, but she's been gone for 24 days. If they haven't reached out to you, you know why. Unless, of course, like St. Caesar said, you're involved in this. I drew the Titan sub comparison first, says Brian the Science. Fake tears right there. So St. Caesar's very, very against Savannah Guthrie and is determined to just to bring this charlatan to justice. I got to know, what's your information on it? Is it the book thing? Because I'm going to say right now, like, the FBI investigated all of them and supposedly cleared them. So either they're lying or the book thing really didn't pan out. But hey. The hell?
And most of all, just missing her. Just missing her. We know that millions of you have been praying. So many people have been praying of every faith and no faith at all.
Erica Kirk did a better job of grieving. Yeah, St. Caesar really has got an axe to grind with this lady. St. Caesar's really hard up on this lady. Was her mom hot? She could be kept in the basement. No, Brian. One, I don't know. I don't have a I'm super into old Gilfy ladies thing to draw off of, so I can't say whether or not she's hot. Who the hell would kidnap an 82-year-old except to get money out of it, says Matthew Q. Right, and the people who have the money is her. Savannah's the big name of the family, so if you were going for money from anybody, it'd be Savannah. I don't, unless there's more I don't know about the Guthrie family, but I don't think any of them are, like, hard up, but I don't think they're 82 too old for me. Well, good to know you have limits. It's always important to know what your limits are and to know when to and when not to push them. Alrighty, let's keep going with this. Again, like your mom, I'm sorry, 24 days. Either it's in my opinion one of three things. Your mom's passed. You guys are responsible for the kidnapping. Kidnappers weren't ready and your mom's passed. Like, again, I'm sorry, two of those three options, your mom's dead. In fact, all three of those options, your mom's. I'm sorry. Every option, your mom's dead. It's just they believe your mom was done in by you guys. I don't think so, but whatever. Let's fucking go. Come on.
Praying for her return, and we feel those prayers. Please keep praying without ceasing. We still believe. We still believe in a miracle.
Well,
we still believe that she can come home. Hope against hope. As my sister says, we are blowing on the embers of hope.
Blowing on the embers of hope. That is an interesting phrase. I will say you got the miracle quota met if she's still alive, because if she's still alive without her medication, it's a fucking miracle, according to what you guys have been saying. They're hiding her in a nursing home. Why are they hiding her in a nursing home? Again, she was fully taken care of. I don't understand. I don't understand.
We also know that she may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves.
Wait a minute. St. Caesar, you're allowed. Has anyone checked the family's basement? Oh, duh. I think they did. I think when the FBI ruled out the family, they checked the basement and the garden for DNA or bones. For fuck's sake. What a douche. And then no crying motion in her voice. I cried more when my dad told me he was selling the house. She's been grieving for 24 days. Eventually, your body just grieves out. All right? I do it in ebbs and flows. I can button it up. Aside from the initial week that it happened, that I found out, I can button it up pretty tight when I need to and throw out the performance thing during the 3 hours. And then after the show's over, in the case of yesterday, I'll man up wholeheartedly. Yesterday, I got off of the show. I listened to music, sat by myself, super duper upset, got really upset voice, the whole thing. But so what you're saying is because you're a bigger pussy than she is, it makes her story fake? I don't know, man. I'm not willing to damn her just because you cry like a bitch at the drop of a hat.
I was dancing in heaven with her mom and her dad and with her beloved brother Pierce.
Okay, so now
with our daddy.
Are you assuming she's dead and you're just praying to get her like you want her body back and you're praying she's at peace? Do you think she's alive or not? Matthew Q, well, that makes one of us, because I don't believe.
What is to be, then we will accept it. But we need to know where she is. We need her to come home. For that reason, we are offering a family reward of up to $1 million for any information that leads us to her recovery. All of the information about this reward and the details is in the caption below.
Red Scooper saying they would have
asked. You can call the 1-800.
They would have asked for a ransom in like 3 days, but they didn't. Right, and that's where rumors that ransoms had come in and things had thrown people off the scent. But yeah, apparently no ransom has been made or requested. And by this point in time, what are you waiting for? Like, we can't ask for the ransom right away. Absence makes the heart go fonder. We got to make her live without her mom for a couple weeks, then call in. Like, no, that's not how it goes. Not how it goes.
Your tip line, you can be anonymous if you want. Someone out there.
St. Caesar, I think they paid the FBI off. I mean, look at the state of the FBI. They need the money. I think you're talking out of your ass. I mean, you live in England. What the fuck do you know? Oh, they needed the money.
Knows something that can bring her home.
They could have ransomed, but after 36 hours, she didn't get her meds that broke.
Please come forward now.
That's what I'm saying.
We also know that
Mom is having
a
a blast with Roberts and doesn't want to weep.
In our loss.
Oh, dude, wasn't there a movie like that? What is it? What is it? The Ref? The Ref with Dennis Leary, where he's like a robber and he breaks into a house and the family's there, but it's like Christmas Eve, and so he's like trying to keep the family together and avoid the cops finding him. That's The Ref, right? I think maybe I'm just remembering parts of The Ref and then I'm adding the rest. But yeah, that sounds like a buddy. That sounds like a what do you call it? A buddy comedy? Could be fun. Let's make that movie.
Millions of families that have suffered with this kind of uncertainty. And for that reason today, we also are donating $500,000 to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Is your mom
for their work and helping?
Is your mom a missing or exploited child? Isn't there a National Center for Missing or Exploited Elderly People or Adults? So you have to help the kids automatically, but the money, like, okay. Interesting. So you're willing to shell out 1.5. I'm sorry, but if you're willing to put out 1.5, Mom's got to have one hell of a life insurance policy to do this for money. I don't buy money motivation. They can throw the money around if they want to. I don't buy money motivation.
Families who are coping with loss and actively looking for those who are lost. We are hoping that the attention that has been given to our mom.
All right, yeah, I'm going to move on. I don't want to. The attention given to our mom will help for this. Good for you. Hope it does. We're going to ransom. Then she croaked. So they just hid the body. That's kind of my thinking. My thinking is they were in over their head. They saw an easy mark. They didn't do their research. They grabbed the lady. Then they found out the lady isn't going to last very long. Shelf lives being what they are. She's gone. Now there's nothing to do. A mother has no price tag. Don't say a number. Everybody knows that, says St. Caesar. Well, she said $1 million for the information, and they're donating $500,000 to charity because of all this whole thing. So again, if you're gonna throw 1.5 around over this, I'm gonna say you really needed them. They needed the money. I don't believe they did. So I don't believe that they did it. I you know what? If they did, I would sure like to know why. Because that is not a like we did this for the payday thing. What could she have in her will? The house? I don't know. I don't know. You know what I know? I know I don't know. All right, so Jesus, news site. Stop jumping around with pick your ads, load them, and leave me alone. God, I'm sick of this. It's loaded up. Nope, there's a giant ad for this one ad that's going to stick it in your face because they suck. As we were talking about it earlier, there has been a huge amount of snow dropped on the East Coast, and our next story is going to get into, I think, the last bit of information we have to cover on that. We also have a Pete Hegseth quote that I enjoy. It tickles me deeply, and we're going to talk about that. We also have a Circle K worker that we're going to be talking about, and a man who was stabbed after denying relations to an adult content creator. And I'm so annoyed with the story because of the way they represent it. So we'll take bets on how that's going to go. Let's check up with the Rumble chat. They hire news anchors. I think that they hire Fox News anchors have to be boomers drool at and not for their intelligence. Yeah, I'd agree, Red Scooper. Everything about that news anchor was eye candy. Eye candy for granddaddy. That's what's sick about it. Is like, stop giving Grandpa something to look at and lust after. Edith is sitting right next to him. They're both staring into their oatmeal, just remembering better times. It's been 3 weeks since she disappeared. If there's no ransom demand, she's dead. More than likely, they killed her in the first 24 hours. Why would they kill her in the first 24 hours? 24 days. Are the captors afraid of saying that they have her dead body at this point? Probably. They just, at this point, you're not going to get any money. That's a ballsy ransom. Like, hey, they use the voice modulator the whole bit. Like, Savannah Guthrie, we have your mother. Give us $2.5 million so you'll never see her dead body again. Like, as soon as you get the dead body part in there, it loses all of its sales value. Who's going to pay for a dead body? Oh, you got to set up a funeral, for fuck's sake. Plus, that thing's going to stink pretty soon. If we just wait it out, we can go by the smell. They figured NBC or somebody else would pay the ransom for them, says Mr. Q. Who figured? What ransom? So far as we know, no ransom demands have even been made. They're asking $1.5 million for any information leading to. There was never a ransom demand. Whoever took Mom, if they were planning for a ransom demand, whoever took Mom, she didn't make it to the point where they got to make the ransom demand. That's my take. Whoever took her, you could say it was the family, whatever. If there was a ransom demand and plan in this, Mom didn't make it. Mom did not make it to ransom demand because they never made the ransom demand. They let it go. So that's just the way it is. 24 days. The captors are afraid of saying it. Yeah. Wild Saffron, their thing is there appears to be no contact from the kidnappers. Right. The kidnappers never made contact, which makes me think if there are kidnappers and this was set up as a kidnapping and it's a kidnapping, Mom didn't make it to the point where they send in the ransom, which is weird. You'd think you'd leave like a ransom note when you took Mom, like have that part ready to go, planned and figured out, but nope. They would have at least asked for a ransom in like 3 days, but they didn't. Yeah, again, like I said, I feel like they didn't ask for a ransom because if they did ask for a ransom and had open dialogue with the FBI, pretty sure the FBI would have demanded some form of proof of life, which they couldn't give if Mom is dead. That's really going to put the old kibosh into the whole negotiations. Can't really make anything work when the lady you're going to ransom is dead. That's why when you're doing the whole ransom thing, you got a niche audience and a single product. And you got to keep the product in mint condition, but make the audience think that you're willing to abuse and or destroy said product if you don't get your money. But if that audience doesn't play ball, you can't go sell it to the next group of people. I don't want to buy your grandma. Just got some random old lady. All right, hold on. I'm getting a response, and I just want to... I might end a little early, like maybe 15, 20 minutes early, so I can just start coordinating stuff with people. Love that. Love that. Oh, I got fake news then. I thought there was a demand. Mr. Q, we covered this like last week. There were several fake demands that were made. So unless one of those was the real demand and the FBI is not acknowledging it, so far as I have heard, there's no actual verified ransom demand. All of the ransom demands I've heard of have been fake. They did a news story saying how that wasn't helping with these tips about and fake demand things. So I'm gonna say it was no bueno. All right, so I thought we had a video for this. I want video of this. I'm gonna copy the headline and look for. So the snow in New York is getting a little excessive, and apparently it got so heavy that New York police officers. see snowball fight videos. YouTube Eyewitness, CNN 11 hours ago. We'll go with you. It's going to take a minute to load. Here we go. And another. All right, let's. Crowds are throwing snowballs at the police in New York City. So crowds in New York are not happy with, like, Mamdani recently announcing that property owners are going to get like a 9.5% tax increase across the board. A lot of the promises, much like with Donald Trump, a lot of the promises Mamdani made to people and the people who supported him found out that, nope, that's not really going to come to fruition. And they took it out on the cops. I'm going to say right now, we a police officer assaulted with snowballs. Chris Kringle here looks like he's having a good old time. It happened after police arrived at a planned snowball fight. Oh, did I take it all back? It's not civil unrest. It's not political discourse. It's entirely, you guys know what you stepped into. You showed up at a planned snowball fight, and you're surprised you're getting pelted with snowballs? You stepped into the combat zone, mother... There's a very limited season for snowball fights, New York or anywhere else. This was snowball fighting time. Get to snowballing or get the f*** away. Commissioner said in a statement the behavior depicted is disgraceful and is criminal. Oh, f*** you. Disgraceful. It's a snowball fight. We've been having them since we were kids. Unless they're using dirty tricks like ice balls or packing stones, rocks, or pebbles into the snowballs, unless they're pulling something hinky. If it's standard, grab, compact, and launch, you quit being a bitch, okay? It's a fucking snowball fight. It's your fucking snowball fight, you bunch of pussies. Jesus Christ. Yellow snowballs. That's not forgivable, Mr. Q. Yellow snowballs, special ring of hell. All right? But if we're doing all natural, Mother Nature made snow, fresh white powder on the ground, condensed into a ball and flung, quit being a bitch. Unless someone is sent to the ER, then everything is fine. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say that, St. Caesar, because you could get accidentally sent to the ER because you got pelted in the eye with a snowball. All right? You can take some hits. It suck. Frozen dog turds hurt. You know, you say that like you know, and it's gross, and I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, don't want to know. So I really don't want to know about the dog turds. I'm just saying, again, you're a pussy if you had to arrest people for a snowball fight. Police are investigating the incident. All right. You know what? You guys are pussies if you don't throw that one at the cops. Get a trebuchet out here. They're making a giant snowman.
It has been quite the journey, and
I don't care what has been quite the journey, ma'am. Oh. Snowballs at a New York City. I mean, to find out that it was literally a public event, a public snowball fight, that's just a good community time. I'm sorry, guys. It's the winter. You got to blow off some steam. You get hit with a bunch of heavy snow, you plan a community neighborhood snowball fight. Nobody's walking into that snowball fight unawares and unprepared. You can see it from a mile away when there's a group of people packing snowballs together, pelting each other with them, all open season, no holds bar. It's obviously a fucking community snowball fight. So again, why did the cops need to show? Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to throw snowballs at the man? I'm amazed we haven't seen that as a story. Mamdani's New York. You can't even have a snowball fight. Like, yeah, really? Is that what we got going on? MSO, they didn't have a snowball's chance in hell. Several snowballs. Did you see it? There was a line of them. There was a line of them. Every one of those snowballs was a white extremist. She works for a Zionist corporation. Swim in their hell waters. Feel the burn. Who are we talking? Oh, that lady? Yeah. What time period had the tidiest shirts? The Iron Age. Oh, I get it. The Iron Age. This is what I mean. We got like an hour left in the show, and this is what I mean. Like nothing, no new information, nothing's changed, nothing's any different. Reality still sucks the way it did 3 hours ago, and the day before that, and the day before that. Someone texted me, and now I'm just completely off my loop. So I got thoughts in my head that I don't want to deal with. This is a great read, folks. Just finished reading this. Crazy what was published back in the day. I'm not going to say that was a good or a great read. I am going to say don't advertise a book like that on here. I don't make any money from that. And I don't really want that stuff on there. Plus, like, oh, this is a great read. It's like, that's the thing. You being sincere, you just being cringy. Because really, for me, 50-50, flip a coin. And that's where we land. Oh, wow, it doesn't actually get rid of it now. Oh, crazy. Great. Let's go ahead and close out that one. So the police are investigating after officers were hit with snowballs. Again, if you need to arrest somebody because you got pelted with a snowball, just admit you're a pussy and let it go. Let it go. All right, so the next topic that we're going to catch up with here, let's see what happens there. There we go. Fixed it. The next topic we're going to catch up with here. Before we do, we'll do one more dad joke. What if I text you a picture of me in a bikini? Your headspace won't be right, or your stomach. I didn't ask for that. I appreciate it. I don't want that picture. Just so we're clear. Speaking of pictures, I got to check really quick here. I'm using my phone to do it because if I open up Discord on my computer, it'll open up that app window that I have set up for Our Lady of Peace Digger. Maybe later. Let me know if you can send them. Send the images, not images, images. Images you made last Sunday. Please, comma, and thank you so much. Exclamation point, 'cause I'm a bitch. It was honestly a great read. Pretty much educates people on the mentality that people had back in the day. It's pretty sad. I was being honest, man. I'm sorry. It's so hard. Like, it's literally, and this isn't a critique of you. It's so hard to tell what the stuff people say as jokes. Like I said, I was apologizing earlier for missing the Captain Do-Rag story. So you know what? Maybe it's a me thing. Maybe I'm assuming when people say this stuff that they're being racist and not being honest and tongue-in-cheek thing. It's one of these things I used to worry that Brian was I found out he wasn't, and it's just different. You know what I mean? Don't torture him until he's done grieving. Wild Saffron, I appreciate that. See if I can do it this way. There'll be times when I won't grieve as much. For me, like I said, ebbs and flows. There will be more grieving, there will be less grieving. And I don't mean this as any condemnation or critique of my other siblings. But this is the one that would hurt the most. I mean, yay, we got it out of the way first. Was always going to be the one that hurts the most. Let's do this. Pete Hegseth. I've been recently educated into the existence of of the Pizza Tracker app. I would say, what was it? It was Digger and her friends were the ones that clued me in to the Pizzagate app. Or not Pizzagate. Pizzagate, whole different thing. We can't track that with an app. But yeah, no. So there is a Pentagon Pizza app. And if you don't know, the Pentagon Pizza app is used explicitly by people to keep an eye on when late night pizza orders in the Pentagon area come in. Like we've got people in the Pentagon working late nights, running a lot of stuff, so they order some pizza. So this has been a thing, and people have been using it to figure out when the American military is up to some actions in one place or another because of the pizza app. Well, Pete Hegseth has had enough, and he says he is going to begin ordering random pizzas to throw off the monitoring app. In a clip, please tell me we have a clip. Please tell me we have a clip. Oh, it looks like he's talking to the Times. So it's a Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth jokingly said any surge in takeout deliveries to the Pentagon, a phenomenon that has accurately that has accurately predicted the start of major geopolitical events, could be him ordering pizza just to throw everybody off. Well, so far the Pentagon Pizza Report hasn't been wrong. When asked about the Pentagon Pizza Report, an account created on the social platform X that tracks activity at local pizza joints near the U.S. military hub, Hegseth said he was aware of the account. Yeah, it ain't a secret. In fact, news stories have literally broken the story that we know stuff's going down because there was a surge in pizza purchases. Guys, I'm aware of it. Oh, that's great, because all of us, you're the head of the what do we call it? The Department of War now. You're the head of the Department of War. I would hope you're aware of the pizza ordering app and how it's monitoring you. That's just be sad otherwise. They only need to worry if they start ordering Jaeger bombs, says Wild Saffron. I'll do one last read. Every week we have a different spot, or not every week. Every month we have a different spot.
Hey, Laser Lips! Your mama was a snowblower.
Thank you, Angry Saxon. Every month we have a different spot. Fuck it, whatever. Screw it. I was in the middle of a school. Anyways, so ready? When asked about the Pentagon Pizza Report, Hegseth said that he was aware of the account, saying, I've thought of just ordering lots of pizza on random nights just to throw everybody off, he said Sunday on Fox News. Some Friday night, when you see a bunch of Domino's orders, it might just be me on an app throwing the whole system off so we can keep everybody off balance. We look at every indicator. Yeah, but you haven't actually started doing that, because so far the pizza app, it's been on point. Angry Saxon, that was too quiet. Turn it up. Well, it kind of interrupted me, so no. And I turned the audio down because it was loud to me. Brian, a white supremacist. No, I didn't realize Brian's comments were early on before I realized who Brian was as a person. Were comments where I'm like, dude, I'm not okay with people saying that stuff. And he's like, oh. And then you realize that, again, the double standard we live in, he's allowed to. It's fine. He's allowed to have his criticisms. I just don't have to worry about getting... Here's what it is. I didn't have to worry about getting in trouble for what he's saying. And people are like, you just have an audience of white supremacists. Like, no. That guy's black. Honestly, if it's not on the screen, like if it's not sitting next to me on the screen when I look ahead and I just see it sitting there, I could give a shit. You could write whatever you want. If I don't see it on the screen, I can ignore it very easily. I ignore so many comments that I don't read. It's when they're on the screen, it irks me a little, because then even if I don't read it, anybody that comes in and watches the show can see that comment. And that comment will be there when people rewatch the show days later. It's weird that it gets to me. Is Pete Hegseth going to be eating all that pizza, or is there going to be a bunch left over? Red Scooper, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Hegseth orders the pizza, and they put it out in all of the cafeterias and whatever break rooms that they've got at the Pentagon. So you get free pizza buffet. I mean, you're part of a You're part of a geopolitical system that might be doing horrible shit around the world. But hey, man, Hawaiian pizza on Fridays. Again, no, it's not about people being racist. It's just comments and names, and you can't tell when people are joking or when they're being serious. And like I said, me mom died in the Holly. Why are we talking about that, Rusty Grammar? We did not talk about anything remotely Holocaust related. I'm going to say I'm proud of myself. We haven't done a single story about that there Israeli regime and how it's continuing to screw with the world. So, hey, we got that going. I haven't found a single thing about that today. Hours before the news broke on Israel's major attack on Iran on June 12th, for example, Pentagon Pizza report noted a surge in Google Maps activity from four pizza places near the Pentagon around 7 p.m., a signal that U.S. military leaders were staying in place to monitor unfolding events. Right. And again, until Pete Hegseth pulls the trigger on ordering pizzas, and he's going to have to pay for them. You can't take it out on the pizza places. You got to put the orders in. You got to pay for the pizzas, and then you got to have a whole bunch of pizza shipped to the place. But I suppose you can just write it off at the government. As of 6:59 Pacific time, as of 6:59 p.m. Eastern time, screw you. Nearly all pizza establishments nearby the Pentagon have experienced a huge surge in activity, according to the post in the account. Yeah, so this is a long time ago. So, there's a reason Midnight Hammer worked, because we understood open source. We understood classified in ways the public and others are trying to watch movements in sensitive ways. We control for a lot of that, he said. That doesn't make me feel better. Created in August of 2024, the Pentagon Pizza Report account is not the first means through which the public have tracked pizza deliveries in relation to military activity. An observation that has taken place since the 1980s? So wait a minute. You're telling me the people in charge now have been dealing with the same, we found out that you guys are pulling shit because you're ordering pizza stuff for over 2 decades. 3, actually. 4. I can't do math. So for 4 decades... For 4 decades, you guys have been struggling to find a way. Here's a fucking star-spangled idea. When it's going to be a late night, how about all the food is done in-house? Guys, they've been using these they've been monitoring Pizza Hut since the 1980s to figure out when Uncle Sam's up to stuff abroad. I mean, I feel like we could really easily snuff this problem. Stop ordering pizza. Dear Butch, next time order Chinese. That'll throw them off the trail. How you go? Hey, Dear Butch, not to brag, I noticed this just when I saw your name. I'm wearing your shirt today. Love my Dear Butch shirt. He does the line from Apocalypse Now. I love the smell of pizza in the morning. Thank you, Mr. Q. Oh, dear Lord. Dude, I love that Pete Hegseth is like, I'm going to order pizzas just to troll them and throw them off. Do it. I'm sorry. The admitting you're going to do it, not as cool as actually doing it. Pete Hegseth, order a couple hundred pizzas, divvied out 25 from each of the 4 major ones. Everybody will lose their shit, and absolutely nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. And then everybody at the Pentagon, hey, fucking Pizza Friday. I ask you, who's going to complain? Just run around the White House. Just run around the West Wing, handing out whole boxes of pizza to people. Walk into the frickin' Oval Office and be like, Mr. Trump, I just want you to know we're continuing to dupe the American people. So we are now buying pizza in bulk, so they don't know when we are or aren't going abroad at the behest of our Israeli masters to attack other countries. So I feel like not the Pentagon Dog Food Friday. He's right. You know what? Just start feeding all of your staffers. Just have cans of Alpo in the back ready to go, or whatever dog food that was in the story. Just feed them dog food. It's great for autistic kids. Probably fine for your people, too. Can't see where there'd be a problem. He pointed out that on the night of August 1st, 1980, the CIA ordered 21 pizzas, a one-night record at the time, hours before Iraq forces invaded Kuwait and the start of the Gulf War. Right, so what you're saying is tracking the pizzas has worked. In fact, I would say due to the Epstein case and others, tracking the pizzas and the Pizzagates is really where you can find out about when questionable shit is going down. And so I'm for that. You thought I was what, Johnny? At first, I was worried that some of your comments were way offensive, and then I learned that no, they're not. Like I said, I'm an idiot who makes mistakes. I apologize, Brian. Does he do the line? Yep. I don't. Have to adjust for people that only count as 1/3, then cut it in half. What? What? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't fucking what? Like I said, I guess there's no good way to say this. I'm digging myself more of a grave, so I should probably just stop. But like I said, there's just, you read a name and then you read comments of a name, and it's easy to make assumptions. I did, and I found out my assumptions were wrong. People know what they're talking about in certain cases, and maybe I shouldn't jump to conclusions. All right, Circle K manager. How much time do we have? We have about an hour in the show. I'm having trouble sitting still now. Having trouble sitting still now. I just kind of, I don't know. Think by Sunday we will have what? We'll have fake orders at the Pentagon for Pizzagate or whatever. Maybe, but you kind of let the cat out of the bag with the threat. That's still lame. Don't threaten to do it and then do it. Just do it. Just buy the pizza and throw us off. Otherwise, pfft. And that's the other thing, too. You're going to have to keep that bit going for quite a while before people will go, oh, like once you can one-off it, and people are like, we thought something was going to happen, but nothing did. But then the next time that that you hit it, and you guess and you hit right back on it. So you're going to have to throw people off every single time. And you can't do it just leading up to, because then throwing people off will mean that's, again, it's proof. That's what I'm saying. A Circle K store manager in Scottsdale. So we got about an hour left. I'm not feeling the greatest gut-wise, and I do have some people I need to start coordinating stuff for later in the week with, so I may end up ending a little early. Like, I don't know. We'll see. We're going to see how I hold out. We're going to try and it's now it's the waiting game and watching and seeing whether or not we make it to 4:30. Otherwise, hi, I'd like to place an order for the Pentagon. 10 pizzas, pepperoni, and some wings, please. I don't think that'll work. It's not like they trace the orders or the locations. It's when the businesses have a spike in orders. That's what they're tracking. So Pete Hegseth doesn't have to order pizzas to the Pentagon. He just has to order a shit ton of pizzas around the Pentagon. Dear Butch with just a bunch of pizzas. No. That would be interesting to see how any of that works. Okay. A Circle K store manager in Scottsdale, Arizona, is being sued over a $12.8 million lottery ticket that he allegedly bought from his own store after confirming it was a winner. No. You don't get to do that. This is an actually interesting case because I didn't know you could do this. I worked at a gas station before. I've never heard of this. Circle K filed a lawsuit this week in Maricopa County Superior Court asking a judge to decide who legally owns the ticket. It's one of the largest lottery prizes in Arizona history. And here's how it went down. A customer walked away from a winning ticket on November 24th of 2025. A customer walked into Circle K at 5601 East Bell Road in Scottsdale and asked a clerk to replay previously used lottery numbers for that evening drawing of the pick, an Arizona lottery game. The clerk printed $85 worth of $1 tickets. Wow. The customer paid for only $60 worth and left, leaving 25 tickets behind on the counter. That night, one of those leftover tickets matched all 6 numbers, hitting a jackpot worth $12.8 million. It's the 4th largest prize in the Pix history and the biggest jackpot won in Arizona since 2019, according to the lottery. Well, yeah, so how is this a problem? How is this a problem? I love a good stuffed crust, says St. Caesar. Shouldn't that be illegal, buying a ticket at your own store? Isn't that cheating the system? No, it's completely legal to buy. It's completely legal to buy lottery tickets at your own store. Where it gets illegal, we haven't covered yet. We're about to get to that part. But yeah, it's legal to buy lottery tickets at your own store, particularly scratch-offs. As long as they're paid for legally, it's the same as a package of cigarettes or alcohol or anything else you need to be appropriate age to purchase. As long as you are of age and the transaction is done above board, it's totally legal, it's totally fine. But where it gets hinky is in the following. The store manager made his move after again, what was it? $25 worth of tickets. $25 worth of pre-printed tickets. So the guy that came in, St. Caesar, let me explain this to you. You might know. You might not know about this. The guy that came in had a sheet of paper, and he filled it out like one of those SAT dot matrix bubble fucking sheets, right? He filled it out and he ran his tickets and they didn't win. And he came back another day, another week, however long, wanted to run that same reel of tickets again. So he gave the guy the card. He said, run these fucking tickets. I want to buy these tickets for these number picks. And so he ran every single ticket. That comes to $85. Guy goes, I've only got $60. He takes like 2/3 of them and then fucks off out of town. The rest of them are sitting there. So they're sitting there. Now, in my understanding, the tickets printed must be paid for or they are null and void. This is where it gets interesting. The next morning, store manager Robert Gualitza arrived for his shift and learned a winning ticket had been printed at his location. He found the remaining tickets and confirmed one of them was the jackpot winner, according to court documents. So according to the court, he came in the next morning and had been notified that his store issued the winning ticket because they don't know who has the ticket, but they know which machine printed it because all of those records are kept. So his store issued the winning ticket, and he knows there's a pile of them that were not claimed. He checked them, found that they were the winning ticket. He then clocked out, took off his Circle K uniform, and had another employee ring him up for the remaining tickets, including the winner, for $10. He signed the back of that ticket. Circle K management found out and ordered the ticket held at its corporate offices, where it remains today. And so now the lawsuit is trying to sort out who actually owns the ticket. Under Arizona Administrative Code, when a retailer prints a lottery ticket that a customer refuses or abandons and the ticket isn't resold, it becomes the retailer's property. Oh! Retailers pay the Arizona Lottery for every ticket they print, whether or not those tickets are sold. So the store owned it, and they're saying you stole from us. It's in the administrative rules that basically says if they overprint, the retailer owns the tickets. Arizona State Rep Jeff Winger, a Republican from Chandler and chairman of the House Commerce Committee, said, but Arizona lottery rules also prohibit store employees from playing any lottery game while working, according to the Phoenix New Times. Gualitza may have known about that rule, which would explain why he clocked out and changed out of his uniform before buying the ticket. Having 25 unsold tickets sitting around is unusual, former Arizona Lottery spokesperson John Egger told the New Times. While some retailers pre-print tickets during big jackpot runs, it's in the retailer's interest to sell every ticket it prints since it pays for them regardless. Circle K cited that the retailer ownership rule in its complaint, but stopped short of claiming outright ownership. Instead, the company is asking the court to decide whether the ticket was validly sold and who lawfully owns it and who gets the $12.8 million. I'm going to say the sale's invalid. You know, the sale's invalid when you know you're buying a winning lottery ticket. St. Caesar. So if he bought the ticket from another store, no problem. If he bought the ticket from another store, no problem. But here's the thing. Stores don't usually keep these tickets pre-printed. Most people aren't going to buy a pre-printed ticket. So I'm going to say this is one of those weird gray areas. If he had bought the ticket from another store, no problem. But he wouldn't have known that the ticket was a winner. He came in after the lottery thing had been drawn. He knew that they had issued a winning ticket, and he checked, and he found out the winning tickets were the pile that didn't go anywhere, and he bought them all. I got to say that doesn't count. Digger, not in Canada. You cannot purchase any lottery products from the store you work in. You got to go elsewhere. I'm feeling like in Arizona, they might make that rule a thing now because they've said you can't purchase lottery products while on duty. But this is, again, the store. They're not flat out saying he stole, but they're like, hey, Judge, Your Honor, do you guys want to rule on this? Is this okay? Is it not right? I'd say in Minnesota, like, and I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure you buy a lottery ticket in Minnesota, you pay for that. Like, you get a Powerball ticket. You say, hey, I want this many Powerball tickets. You're paying for them. If you don't buy if you have them print it and you don't buy it, either someone's buying it then and there, or I think they have a way to void out a ticket and they're voiding it. And you just, nope, no winner. No winners for you. But yes, I just in the fact that you're cheating. You knew the ticket was a winner. Fuck that. Like, good on you for trying. But I don't think so. The Arizona Lottery, named as a defendant in the suit, said it's never dealt with anything like this. This is a unique situation, and we are not aware of any prior litigation of this sort involving the Arizona Lottery, spokesperson told the news. There's also a ticking clock. The ticket must be claimed within 180 days of the drawing. That deadline is May 23rd. If nobody makes a valid claim by then, a portion of the jackpot goes to the lottery's beneficiaries, and the rest goes back into the prize pool, according to Hoodline. It's happened before in Arizona. A $14.6 million jackpot went unclaimed in 2019. The money was redirected. Store employees have tried this before. It rarely works out. The Arizona Lottery may not have seen this exact situation, but store employees and lottery insiders have a long track record of trying to claim prizes. It rarely ends well. Yeah, they're listing in 2022 a thing from Casey's General Store. The closest parallel is, get this, Aaron McVicker, a Casey's General Store manager in Dubuque, Iowa. In November of 2022, a Powerball ticket printed at his store was treated as a mistake ticket and set aside unsold. When the employee scanned it the next day and found out it was worth $100 million, McVicker reportedly came to the store, bought it, according to the Iowa Capital Dispatch. Casey's fired him. The company said he violated store policy and lied multiple times. During the investigation, an administrative law judge denied his request for unemployment benefits, ruling that he had bought the ticket only after confirming it was a winning ticket and that, as a store manager, he was, quote, held to a higher standard than other employees. Look, if you were any grocery bagging son of a bitch, you could buy that ticket, but you're the manager, all right? Fucking have a little self-esteem, have a little pride. That's why you can't cash in anything over $300 at a gas station in Minnesota. I thought it was $5. I thought they went up to $500 in Minnesota. But yeah, you can't cash in tickets over a couple $100 in Minnesota. And like I said, I could have swore we were supposed to void out Powerball tickets that people, and this is the weird thing, like they said, it's a very unnormal thing. You don't really, usually with those kind of lottery tickets, you don't print off a whole bunch that don't go anywhere. You know what I mean? You don't print off a bunch. It's like, oh, wait, I'm only buying this many now. Like, that's abnormal. The guy that really screwed this whole thing was the guy that came in, spent $60 on tickets, ordered $85, and then left that $15 worth of tickets just sitting around in the background. Like, and why did he pay $10 for them? Well, no, he paid $60, $85. That's $25. How did 10 tickets? So he bought a bunch of them for $10, but not all of them? That's even more shitty. Didn't Bryan Cranston star in a film based on buying lottery tickets? No idea. Brian, it's bad. The state will get you and kneecap you like if you were in the mafia. For what? The machine let him buy it, so it's valid. Well, Brian, the machine rings up the tickets as just Powerball tickets, like, or in this case, pick tickets. So the pick ticket and the price range. You don't have to scan the ticket. You don't have to do anything to that. The machine that prints the ticket prints a valid ticket, and then the cash register that sells it, it's two different transactions. So very easily traced. Watch the freaking clock and rewind a bit. Oh, look, there's a guy making a pile of tickets. There's a bunch that don't go anywhere. They stay sitting wherever the fuck they are this whole time. And then the next morning, dude comes in, starts scrolling his phone, starts checking all the numbers, leaves in the back, comes back, goes, let me buy them tickets. I'm just sorry. If he, like, I'd be on the guy's side to keep the tickets if he didn't know they were a winner. If you picked them up on the hopes that, hey, maybe this guy left them here, we'll do that. Oh, my God, this happened in Massachusetts in 2023 and the hot lotto scandal of 2010. So apparently people have been trying to get the upper hand on the lottery industry for quite a while. It hasn't worked out. I don't think it'll work out for this person either. But, yes, it'll be null and void because the ticket was purchased after the drawing. I anticipate that's the way they'll go with it, Lab Glass. I agree. It'll probably be null and void since the ticket was purchased after the drawing. And, again, knowingly purchased because it was a winner. It wasn't like the ticket was purchased after the drawing and you just had to hope. Oh, I knew we sold the winning lottery ticket, so I bought those to see how it'd go. No. You checked it first. And that'll be on, again, buddy, that's going to be on the footage. That's going to be on, like, you didn't have to scan them. Oh, I didn't scan it. I just sat there, like, looking through them. And then I just picked up my shit and left. Like, yeah, you did. Fuck you. You knew it was up. I wouldn't want my woman messing around with state money. She's not Muslim, says Matthew Q. I don't know that that matters. Lottery is a tax on stupid people, said Red Scooper. There are some people, though, that, like, play the lottery and win it. I'm not one of those people. I'm one of those stupid people you're talking about. Anytime I buy lottery tickets, it's always nope. So I wouldn't say that it's a tax on stupid people, but then again, I've certainly been one of the stupid people taxed, so what do I know? We have a little over a half hour left in the show. I'm going to do this story, then we have our third hour stuff, and then we'll get into all of the third hour stuff and see how that all goes. And we might end a little early. We'll see. I'm feeling okay. I still have people I need to talk to, but if I can hold together for another 15, 20 minutes, I bet they could too. We can do a 420 burn if we're still here while that's a thing. We'll be sure to do that. Well, it's ever Lab Glass, it's invalid because it was double touched. By the way, that is the weirdest terminology I've ever heard in a sport, double touching. It sounds like double Dutch, you know, like you think like ladies in pigtails jump rope, double Dutch. And nope, double touch. And then wait a minute, double stuffed like the Oreo? No, double touched. Oh, what sport is this? Basketball? No, that's traveling in basketball. Double touched is just in curling. So I would say probably going to have to go with the lamest term I've ever heard. Double touched. It just sounds gross. Maybe I buy a ticket when Powerball gets up to, yeah, Master Q, but that's what they're talking about. Like, barring huge runs because the jackpot's up really high, they don't keep those tickets on hand or like print them out early in bulk. So, and I'll admit, I've caved once in a while and bought the occasional ticket. Never won anything. I've had some scratch-offs, but they don't go anywhere. But I no idea. So I don't know, man. But I'm one of those people too. It gets up high. I'm like, I'll buy a ticket, and every single time I don't win shit. I don't win $5. I don't win $1. I never win. I bought like 4 or 5 Powerball tickets in the last couple of years, and they've all been duds. And I don't remember a huge track record of ever. I've had a couple scratch-offs that come back as like, I think the biggest winner I've ever had, no joke, was like fucking $20. Like, that's it. Like, ooh, I won $20. So for me, unless I'm getting them in like a Christmas stocking, I usually don't do that sort of a thing. I won 59 pounds at my local pub a few times on the bonus ball number. Well, good for you. I've been tempted to do the pull tabs at bars. Those are ones where I'm like, I got a chance, right? I could do the pull tabs. And those are at least fun because it's a pull tab. But I haven't done that in a while. All right, so I have this last story to talk about. This is one of those things where I was upset about news stories. Man stabbed after denying sex to adult content creator because, quote, she was not Jewish, according to Miami Beach PD. I got a spoiler for you. Not being Jewish is not the only thing she was not. So we'll get up to that. It did take me 4 years to win once. Again, like other than $20, she was a he. Scruffy already got it. Get him his prize. And so this is my problem with Local News 10. You don't provide a video story. We'll open image in new tab. So you know what? We'll give you this lovely lady to look at while we read the story. This is our culprit in question. And as Scruffy already spoiled for us, we got a fun part about this story. She told police that she warned the victim, "I'm about to crash out," before the attack. Now, again, I have a problem with this person being treated like you're allowed to identify as a lady. But in the news story, we don't report you as a lady. We say trans woman. Why? Because women don't do this. Women don't stab dudes because they refuse to them as an adult content creator. They simply go find a dude who will. Or they're on like drugs or something else. Like there's a lot of stuff involved in this. The idea that you just simply lost because the guy wouldn't bone you really, really says a lot to how much of a dude action that is and how much of a dude you are. Online adult content creator from Atlanta stabbed a man in a shower, Miami. In a shower in Miami Beach on Thursday. God, I fucking can't read this right. After he denied sex to the man, to her, because she's not Jewish. Well, I would say because she's a dude would be the main reason I'd deny sex to her. Because if I'm going to sleep with her and she has a penis, we've got a problem. In fact, I would say if I'm going to sleep with her and I find out she's a her, I have a problem. Whether there's a dong or not, I'm not really down for that. Police said the stabbing happened just before 9:30 p.m. at the Edwards Apartments located in 953 Collins Ave. According to the arrest report, the victim told officers he met Santi, whose full name is listed as LaRose Angel Saint. Oh, he met Saint, whose full name is listed as LaRose Angel Saint, 3 weeks ago and invited her to his apartment on Thursday. The victim explained after Saint arrived, he informed her they would not engage in sexual intercourse because she was not Jewish. Well, then why did you invite her over? You met them 3 weeks ago. You invited her to your apartment on Thursday. I'm gonna go out on a ledge. You met her 3 weeks ago. You invited her to your apartment. And when she got to your apartment, you realized she was technically a he. And now you're like, I can't sleep with you. You're not Jewish. That's not kosher. I can only put in kosher women. And that was your excuse. You didn't want to offend her. Fat lot of good that did you. This model of sanity and rational thought just immediately stepped. By the way, nice try hiding the Adam's apple. Almost works. The victim explained that Saint arrived and informed her that they would not engage in sexual intercourse because she was not Jewish. She then became upset and requested his car keys and money. You don't, no offense, this is again where you suck at being a woman. Most women, if they are thirsting for it and denied the sex, they don't go, give me your cars and your wallet. No. Stabbed in the shower. Why a shower while he was... say he. Don't... no offense. This person, regardless of their identity, doesn't deserve respect. They stabbed somebody because they didn't get a request met. They said, hey, do you want to hook up? And the guy said no. Regardless of the reason, regardless how they handled it, they decided that was a stab-worthy offense. So fuck it, it's a him. He stabbed a guy because he couldn't get his dick sucked. Stabbed a shower, why in the shower? Yeah, that is another question, though. So you've got this weird trans person you invited over. You're telling them you won't have relations with them because they're not Jewish. Again, weird line to draw. Why did you invite them over? They weren't Jewish when you invited them over. Police said the man told officers he tried walking to the bathroom. Saint pushed him and caused him to fall towards the bathtub. Oh, so he wasn't taking a shower. He simply got stabbed in the shower. He said, caused him to fall towards the bathtub. Saint, he said, then punched him several times in the face. Yeah, that's a real ladylike thing to do when you're upset with a guy because he won't sleep with you, is to punch him in the face. Authorities said he left the apartment but came back after hearing Saint breaking his property. Oh, so you tried to get away. Saint grabbed a piece of glass from a shattered mirror and caused several minor lacerations to his hand as she stabbed him. Saint, after fleeing, was seen on a police drone getting into an SUV. Officers pulled over the vehicle, taking him into custody, according to the report. The victim told police that Saint ultimately destroyed 2 pairs of sunglasses, a mirror, and a refrigerator door handle. According to the report, Saint, believed to be under the influence of alcohol, told officers that he grabbed a knife from a drawer and told the victim, "I'm about to crash out." The victim reported that the defendant then dropped the knife and slapped him twice in the face, the report states. Jail records show that Saint was being held in Turner Gulf Night Correctional Center for a $1,600 bond. So you met the lady? You guys had a good time? Where is Saint RN these days? Saint Caesar, don't even. That's Saint spelled totally differently. Besides, Saint RN might be a dick, but this guy's trans. Two totally different people. No, I'm perfect. All right. Yeah, that's a dude. Well, let me be more accurate. That was a trans woman. I don't know if that trans woman has gone pre or post-op, but that one thing I will say for certain, both in behavior and everything else, not a woman. Women would not lash out like that. And the fact that we don't ever hear stories like this happening is the proof that women don't lash out like that. Which is why now, whenever I meet anyone, trans woman or otherwise, who says, I support trans rights, and I'm like, right? You have every right to say you're a woman. You know? You're a real woman. Trans women are real women. You're right. You're a real woman. No, I'm not, because all women, all of them, and it's I've never met one who doesn't. All women, when accused of being a trans woman, will immediately tell you they're not. I'm a real woman. Because secretly, it bothers them too. All right, looks like a big mouth bass. Who looks like a big mouth bass? To be fair, you can't fight back, so you have to be nice to them. You know what, Scruffy? You're right. You're right. You have to be. Oh, Streamception. Oh, hey. I didn't realize. I'm here. There you go. There you go, St. Caesar. I didn't realize I was on that. And that one's way behind. So that's not even up to the moment. We've been doing great. We've got 15, 20 minutes left in the closer to 30. Closer to 30, you asshole. We got 30 minutes left in the program. Let's grab a couple of stories from the third hour to load up and talk about. And then we'll get going on here. I will be back tomorrow morning on the Steel Toe Show. I will be back tomorrow afternoon with Digger on this program. We will be off on Thursday and Friday. I'm sorry. If it counts for anything, I would way rather that I didn't have anything important to do this Thursday and Friday and just do a show. I don't like that I'm going to be preoccupied, or why. So you need one of those cranes with a knife in it. Oh, Kane. God, I can't
Cheer
read.
500 Kane Knife Fund. Scruffy D25 cheered 500 bits.
Thank you for the Kane Knife Fund, Scruffy, the 500 bits. That stuff very much helps this program, and it's why we keep doing this little rink-a-dink program, and I am so grateful for that support, so thank you. I want it/him/her to start singing "Put Me in the Water" when I walk by like the Billy Bass. You mean take me to the river? Is that the song? Is it called "Put Me in the Water"? I thought it was "Take Me to the River." Fucking, I don't know. Here's what I'm saying. I'm tired of this idea that we have to be respectful of your gender identity, and when you do stuff like this that's horribly violent and other stuff, we can't just literally say, nope, trans woman. I want the news to not call women that are trans women women. That's it. Because you're not a woman, you're a trans woman. If you need, technically, for me, you're a dude. You were born as a dude, you got a dick, you're a dude. You're born as a dude, you got your dick chopped off, you're still kind of a dude. How do you behave if we're doing a clip of "It's ma'am"? Like, I'm sorry, you're a dude. If when denied relations as a drunk person, you start destroying his stuff and stabbing him, kind of dude move. Like, chicks will be like, "Oh, what? I'm not good enough for you? Well, guess what? I know 8 million other guys would be willing to get this," and they'll just bang some rando. And by the way, I love that escorts and prostitutes now can say they're adult content creators, and they make adult content. And so that when someone pays them to bang them, it's, "Oh, no, I wasn't paid for sex. I came over to make adult content. He was just being nice." Oh, we're so done. Like, society, like not any one country, society. We're so done with the ways that we turn blind eyes to rather baseless, horrible shit, but we won't own up to it and say, "Hey, we're just fine with debauchery and all this other stuff." No, we're going to cover it up with a nice name, so now it's okay. Dang, it got windy outside. Bummer, says Matthew Q. Well, I hope that works. Hope that gets better for you. Ronnie Radke having a rough go of it. Who's Ronnie Radke? I don't know who Ronnie Radke is. What I do know is I'm going to take a little toot off of my Pepsi can here for that 500 bits and all the support we've had today. Again, thank you for the support today and this week. We are going to be here tomorrow, not this Thursday and Friday. Thank you so much. And I did take my show off the other day because we were concerned. Oh, shit, we're close to a hype train now. Lead singer of Falling in Reverse. Oh. Dude, I love Falling in Reverse. What's going on with Ronnie Radke? Before I do this thing, and thank you, we are a minute 40 away from a hype train, or none at all. We shall find out whether that is a pass or fail momentarily. If you want to help out with it, now's the time. I got to check something. Falling in Reverse is the band I'm thinking of.
Guess what?
What?
I got a fever.
Not good.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Yeah, Falling in Reverse is the band I'm thinking of.
Here comes a train, a busy little train.
There's that hype.
Rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies. Everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes the train, and here comes drivers in too. Way! Here it comes, here it comes. Here comes the train to stay. Here comes the train!
Look at all the wieners.
I did not get the second puff of smoke in there in time because the lighter wouldn't load. I don't want to show it on screen because it's a butane torch lighter, but it's shaped like a gun. It's shaped like a snub-nosed revolver. The stabber, 'twas a joke. Oh! 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 You worried me because I'm Scruffy. You don't know this.
Somebody fought in the minibus. Somebody
Now we're at 89% of level 1. I haven't even done the first Dr. Hoot. We've got about 20 minutes left in the program. This is going to get close. Hey, the wiener is close enough. Yeah, pretty close. Later, Johnny. Thank you for being part of it, dear Butch. Love you, buddy. You know, if we can get her out here for the time of it, Digger's got to come to Deerstock this year. If we can make that happen, I don't want to make any promises because it depends on a lot of ifs. Mostly me getting a hold of people and getting my life figured out, which I did get a little bit of a kick in the ass. Silver lining with everything that's happened, I've gotten a kick in the ass to get my shit together and get things moving so I can see people and be part of people's lives that are important to me, because that is the one thing I realize is you never know. You never know. None of us expected it, and it's devastated us all. Thank you, Deerstock. Can I? Oh, he put it on the screen. Sweet. I've been out to Deerstock twice. I loved going both times. I didn't go this last time just because, like, my wheelchair doesn't roll around the best in the area, but we'll see. It depends on how a lot of things go and what's going with what. Who knows where we'll be this August? But you know what? If we can make it, especially if we can bring Our Lady Digger out to Deerstock, that's the one. That's the one that'll have fun. I miss studio shows, says Sane Caesar. What do you mean? We're in studio. They're doing stuff right now. Like the stickers are in the studio. I don't know what you mean you miss studio shows. I'm sorry you do. If I can fix that for you, I will. We have 6% of the way through level 2. Hype Train, thank you so much. We are doing a controlled burn for level 1. We're going to have to do one for level 2. And we got 10 minutes until 4:20. Steel Toe in studio should have been more specific. Yeah, the only reason I don't do Steel Toe shows in studio is literally early in the morning, rising to my feet, but my legs don't work very well, so it's hard to walk. Yeah, song doesn't work that way. I mean, we were great. Like, I was right there. Anyway, so yeah, it's hard to walk in and do that, and then the way he has his setup, like all of the wires and cables and things that would be difficult for a person to step over, he has that on the other side. So that way when he's doing his show by himself, he doesn't got to worry about it. Great. But I do have to do that.
You want to see my pecker?
Maybe later. I'll have time, but we got like 15 left in this. So we're going to do this hype train and see where it's going.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homie.
Hey everybody, Al's joining us. Hey Alcard. Feel free to come on over here and give everybody your proof of life. I'm going to do this first Dr. Hoot in case he does come over here. There's my pecker, says Lapglass. In studio, why would you want to sit next to Aaron first thing in the morning, says Wild Saffron. In studio is way easier. I never have to worry about modulation. I actually wish he could hear that.
Do it or you're fired!
There, I did it! I don't know about fired. But I'm gonna die. Oh. 1994 music better than today. Disagree. I like plenty of music that's way older than 1994. So, I mean, there are some bangers back in the day. You're always going to have the classics. Oh. Damn. I'm must say this. I might not be able. I'm going to save that level 2 burn for 420. I'm going to need 8 minutes just to settle Alucard. But he still smells like the onion he ate 2 months ago. I doubt that. Someone who's eaten onions and peppers and been able to smell them coming through your skin, that only lasts like 2 or 3 days. Even if you shower, it doesn't go away, but it's only 2 or 3 days. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, what a world. Oh, what a world. Oh, I'm dying. Okay, so we have a few things to get into, some crazy clip videos and stuff. Our hype train nearly done, 24 seconds, 29% of level 2. Thank you so much. Let's go to this video. We were talking about the Pizzagate thing and stuff. Well, I would hate this more than, not Pizzagate. We're talking about the pizza tracking app. God damn it, Coffin, to be done with it. All right, level 2 hype train finishing there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We, oh, that was brutal. Wrong tube, dude. Yeah, dude, apparently it went the wrong way on me, and it just doesn't want to settle down. So let's go ahead and do this read here. We got about 15 minutes left in the show. We'll do this story, catch up with a few things, get out of here, and of course we'll be back. Water, Johnny. Dude, I've been drinking it. It's not helping. The problem is when my vocal cords start moving because I'm talking, the reverberations in my chest cause the itch and the cough to get worse. There was no drink going the wrong way. That's my body reacting to the stuff I just smoked. That's, again, I don't tolerate weed well. Like, that's why I have to do it in bits. I know water doesn't help lung tube burn. I know from experience. Well, thank you for that. It's psychological, but I appreciate it. See, the thing is, the burn needs to stop making me cough. If we could get through that, we'd be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. An Amazon van was following their GPS. Apparently, they ended up in a military firing range. Please tell me we have an actual video. No, we're going to have to go to the images. All right, so let's pull this over here. Let's, a military firing range. Let's go over to this image. The only picture of it we have. On February 16th, this is from a few days ago. We didn't get to it last week. I apologize. An Amazon delivery truck took a wrong turn while following the GPS directions and ended up stuck in the mudflats used as a shooting range by Britain's Ministry of Defense. The HM Coast Guard Southern End on Sea said on social media that crews responded Sunday morning to the Broomway, a 600-year-old 6-mile walking path out into the Thames of Estuary. An Amazon driver had been trying to get to Foulness Island. God dang, man, you have some, St. Caesar, you got some great names for some places. Look, I'm going to say the Thames Estuary, whatever. The Thames, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. But either way, you guys got a place called Foulness Island. How horrible is where you live that you can literally call a place Foulness Island? Isn't that just the whole part of Great Britain? I'm being a dick. I apologize. Follow the GPS. They led it the Broomway. The Broomway route is not for vehicles and should only be walked on with a guide who knows the mudflats, the Coast Guard said. It is an extremely dangerous area and is on Ministry of Defense property. Only free to access when firing ranges are not active and a barrier is open. The delivery driver was able to exit the van and report the incident to Amazon. The van was safely removed from the scene Sunday. Yeah, did you guys shoot a few rounds into it? Blow the shit out of that thing, man. I'll be honest. You park right here, and this place is open season, I'm going to say this. Tell Amazon to file lost products and refund or reship orders, because this baby's a bullseye. I feel like it doesn't matter which military or whatever government we're talking about. You parked it on the mud flats in a firing range. It's time for us to find what happens, when we send a few tank shells incoming. I want to see this van blow up and flaming boxes go flying everywhere. I just boom like a freaking party trick, like a party popper. I want to see that thing exploding with Amazon packages like flaming confetti covering the ground. Lost opportunity, Like I don't want to do this to any Amazon van. I don't want it done to most or even all. I just like this we had this one chance to make this moment happen, and it should have. We should have done it. We should have blown it up. We should have blown it out of the fucking water. I'll be honest. I'm honest about the state of my country. Starmer out. I'll be honest. I was just bagging on Britain just to do it. Like, I don't have anything for or against Britain. I actually really, I've been so disheartened in America. I don't have any allegiances to a specific country because I feel like the one that I had allegiance to that I live in right now wasn't real. It's like finding out you were in the Matrix. It's like I was willing to fight and defend this world until I found out it was all an illusion. And really, I got to put up with, Mr. Smith. Like, now I'm really going to have to reconsider where I stand in life. It's, what it is? It's scary. What the heck am I on? All right, close that. Close that and scroll down. There we go. Send them back across the channel with the invaders. Who? Scruffy D, you're not fighting to defend your government. What I'm saying is I don't have the ability to fight against my government, and I don't support my government and my country. As far as the land goes, I'm not super attached to the land. But like, look, if I could exist independent of my government in this area, like I could do that, but it's not a thing. And I can't, like I said, I can't, even if I wanted to, which I don't. If I wanted to fight the government, like, how am I going to do that? I'm in a chair. I'm on disability. Like, You're fighting to defend your friends and family. Yeah, but I'm already doing that. Like, that's always going to be a thing. But I'm not going to, but me fighting to defend my friends and family has literally got to be you coming into my house to do something. I'm saying, like, when I get like, when I think of people being, I'm patriotic and I love America, like, I don't have that. I don't love America. Because the America I loved isn't real. That's all I'm saying. 420. It is 420. Let's do our second controlled burn. Thank you for that level 2 hype train. You guys are the best. This is going to kill me the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and... I'm saying the America I loved, Scruffy, it's real. You only read about the psycho-liberals because they own the media outlets. Okay. I wouldn't say I only read about the psycho-liberals because of the media outlets. I read about the psycho-liberals and conservatives. But what I'm saying is, like, I grew up, again, believing narratives that now I look, cursory searches, they're not true. Like, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Nixon, the Kennedy assassination, so much stuff, and the ideals that I believed aren't upheld or part of it. So I'm just like, what are we doing? I mean, just look at Deerstock. You know what? When you're right, you're right. Just look at Deerstock. I'm giving up too early. You're right. The Satanists have been at it for a long time. Right, and I feel like I'm powerless to change the world around me, so I don't have an affinity for it, is all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. I feel the world around me is not as I wish it was. But I have zero ability. What am I going to do? Fucking strong enough recoil will knock me and my wheelchair on my ass. So what are we going to do? It's better than anything else, says Matthew Q. hard to argue with you there because I don't have a better option. So, I mean, I kind of am proving your point. I don't think I can say there's a better option. I just say, yeah, it is what it is. You have a voice. Use it. Oh, I'm using it, Scruffy. I don't know if you've noticed the me leaning in on the, like, I don't want our government serving the whims of Israel. The plans I had back in the day that I scrapped about making the Benjamin Netanyahu and Hitler shirt that said I learned from watching you, Dad, or the continually saying I'm sick of AmeriCorp being a wholly owned subsidiary of Israel, LLC. And I just, other than saying that shit, what can I do? But thank you. Oh, yeah, fuck. See, but that's not the thing. I mean, look at Charlie Kirk. He only used his voice, and he was effective. Yeah, but he used his voice. He got propped up, and then when he used his voice to speak out against, he got silenced. And I'm not trying to shit on him here. What has he changed in that entire cycle and span? We might have a few free thinkers. Like, no, there might be fruits that come of those labors. We haven't seen them yet. Don't marry a Mossad agent. Well, the good news is I don't have an official religion, so I won't convert to yours just because I feel like that's cheap, you know? Like, I was on the outside and I like stooping this girl, so I'm going to start believing what she believes. I'll ask a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. I'm a giant idiot, and I love to learn what I don't know because I just assume in general I don't fucking know. But yeah, then that's I won't belong to any established religion until I believe I've had a truly transcendent spiritual experience and I've somehow, not conversed, but I've DM'd with the Lord and I've come to the light. Like, that's kind of thing. I don't expect that'll happen because the hubris of that request. If there is a supreme deity of the billions of people on this planet, one lowly cripple in someone else's basement is like, well, you got to come to me before I'm going to start praying at your altar. Like, who the fuck are you? Seriously? Who the fuck? I made the entire fucking universe you're in right now, and you're going to do this shit with me? I can etch you out and rewrite you. You're a fucking side character. Like, all right, okay, cool. Like I said, I know it's preposterous. It's never going to happen. That's good because Digger believes in a voodoo religion. I did have some I've had some questions with her. I feel like she's weird to stick to this whole bacon thing because every other person who claims to be a Christian or a Catholic or whatever says that there is no rule against. I know against the shellfish, you're not supposed to eat the shellfish, but there's no rule against the swine. Saint Caesar, are you going to sneak feed Digger bacon when you move in together? I mean, define sneak feed. Does it count as feeding her bacon if you just use the bacon grease to make cookies? These are questions. You don't need an official religion, nor go to church. Most churches are either cults or fundraisers to support their brick and mortar structure. I read the scripture to my kids almost every night. Well, that's very touching. And if nothing else, simply for the daddy-child time, I'm sure your kids are very grateful for that. I was raised with parents who were raised Catholic and had a grudge to bear. I was raised with a mother who very much detested the Catholic Church because she was raised in a staunch Catholic family. My parents are Polish. And I think my grandparents were devout Catholics, or at the very least Christian. But religion kind of died out on my father's side, at least from them. Like I said, my entire experience growing up, my parents were staunchly anti. I can actually remember the first time I ever really knew any of what was in the Bible was when I was given one as a small child. I knew of the existence of the Bible. I knew of the existence of Christianity. But it wasn't until I was given a tiny little orange leather-bound mini Bible that I ever read the damn thing, and I certainly didn't finish it. So Digger, yay, I'm filthy and I'm done cleaning and I made $50. See, and if I were there, don't worry, I'd scrub you down, baby. You're evil, Johnny, says Mr. Q. I am evil. Digger, question, you might not have heard this. I don't get a chance to respond to your bacon/legalism question, LOL. Oh, you didn't get a chance to respond. All right, so is bacon, like, is it technically feeding you bacon if I just use the grease to make chocolate chip cookies? Say I save a bunch of bacon grease and I use the bacon grease in the chocolate chip cookies, and you know, a good maple bacon like will really complement those chocolate chip cookies nicely, because you get a little bit of the sweet, just a touch of the sodium and the salt. It's just a little zap, a little zing, a little pep, and then oh hello, chocolate chip cookie. It's a beautiful thing. Los Federales, Kerwa. What is Kerwa? What is Kerwa? Johnny was never accosted by the Gideons or the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Baptists, for that matter. The only time are the Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses that go door to door and say, I want to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Because I was at a dealer's house where that happened once, and that dealer was a very creepy individual with a very unique voice, and he literally responded with, when they're like, hey, would you have a moment to talk to us about your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? And he's like, yeah, do you want to come in and talk to me about my Lord and Savior, Satan? I got Helter Skelter on the VHS. We'll watch it. They didn't stay. Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, so it was Jehovah's Witnesses. So I've seen a guy chase off Jehovah's Witnesses. That's as far as we go. The guy that gave out the orange leather-bound Bible in middle school was a preacher. Like, he was dressed in the black with the white. Like, he was a definitive preacher person, and he was just again, he wasn't talking to you. He wasn't throwing it at you. He said, hey, do you want to learn about your Lord and Savior? Would you like a Bible? And he'd give you a Bible. And I was a little kid. Fucking free shit? Hell yeah. So I took the Bible. I read some of it. Didn't stick. But the Amway lady was fine. Who's the Amway lady? The bacon and the cookies thing. What? I would not be at fault for it because I didn't know better. It may not go over as well for you, though. But again, like, I'm trying to do you a favor. It's so damn good, okay? I'm trying to help you. Give me a Bible. Here's some weed and a 6-pack of beer and I don't even know what that is supposed to mean, Saint Caesar. And on that note, I think we should probably call it a day. You would be a fibber, says Mr. Q. Well, I'm not going to keep it from you for long. I'm going to wait till you finish the first cookie, and I'm going to be like, hey, did you like that cookie? Was it good? You want to know why? And you're just going to look at me like, fuck, you used fucking bacon grease, didn't you? Like, yeah, I used fucking bacon grease. And so you'll leave the rest of the cookies alone, but you'll have had the one, and you'll be like, oh, bacon. And again, here's my reason for it. It's just, again, why is it a rule? It doesn't make any sense. Why is it a rule? Anyways, I've got people to get a hold of. We already went to our show's actual end time, so we'll save the rest of our content. We have an adorable cat video for tomorrow. We'll get to all of that tomorrow. And we'll save the rest of these extra fun, stupid stories for later. I am so grateful with everything that's been going on in the last couple of weeks that we've been hanging out and having fun at these shows, and the funding thing is just smooth and we don't have to worry about it. I appreciate that from you guys so much, because this little thing could go away at any point, and if it does, that's a bridge I have to cross and something I have to deal with. But if nothing else, just to not have that stress on top of this week, thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to get out of here. I will be on the Steel Toe Show in the morning, 6 p.m. 7 p.m. p.m. Fuck you, Johnny. 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. He changed the thing on me. So we'll be there from 7 to 10. We'll be here from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time with Our Lady Digger. You guys have been awesome. We're going to get going. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been fun, if not weirdly quasi. I don't know. It's, you know what? Let's say it's been fun. That's what it is. It's been fun.
Hey world, what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill.